Well, we're about to go into a boss fight, Cope, so maybe it doesn't matter.
All right, I'll add Lucky. I'll just go with that.
You weren't here when he said it, but Gambo said he balances boss fights specifically to kill a PC, so...
Instead of just kill half of one.
Can you kill that which is already dead?
Yes.
Easily.
So
Have you seen Nolgrim's hit points? Very easily.
Very definitively, in fact.
Feeling good. Huh. All right.
Oh man, I do kind of miss that from like first and second edition D&D, with the exception of skeletons and zombies. All undead were immune to non-magical damage, just flat out. Like a single white could kill an entire army of mortal soldiers because he is undead, therefore he cannot die without magic. Oh yeah, I was going to finish my thought about Pathfinder 2nd Edition, then we'll get into it. I enjoyed messing around with how you can combine the different classes and ancestries and heritages to do something crazy. Like I believe I told you guys about how I made a gunslinger who was the skeleton of a tiefling in life. And that's just that's just the rules, and it's all good. It's all kosher.
Yeah, I liked their, I think because they made goblins a core race, they now needed a new little fodder race, so they made it kobolds, and they gave them a redesign.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're a little bit more land shark now. I kind of like it.
Yeah, it looks nice. It reminds me of, like they're crocodiles or something.
Mm-hmm.
And now we just need a boss that has Lucky and it can outluck your luck.
Well, if I can burn through it, that'll help.
Admit you just grab that in preparation for your future wife. Maybe this one will work.
No, you're thinking of the Get Lucky.
Oh, gotcha.
Ah, the famous Daft Punk feat.
You misunderstand. Thrum doesn't have wives. He only has ex-wives.
No, you see, Daft Punk is a class, and it has a bunch of different skills, like harder, better, faster, stronger.
Louder.
Oh my god, you guys gave me a genius idea. Okay, a TRPG based off of Daft Punk, and those are the core ability stats.
Yep.
I mean, I could see that working.
Yeah.
I'll work on that after I finish my next light RPG I'm currently working on. I'm just gonna keep making these things.
Even better if the genre, steampunk, technopunk, or whatnot, Daft Punk.
No, you see, what you do is during that, it's set up to where, okay, you have until the song stops to finish the combat. So the combat goes really fast. You decide what you do at the moment, and when it ends, you calculate everything that happened, and at the end, you decide based on what happens in the fight who wins.
Oh my god!
Oh man, I did invent training montage rules for 5e once.
It's gotta be a montage.
It actually worked quite well. You did skill checks for the first half, and then the second half of the montage, because if you succeed the DC, you get like a +1 or a +2 or something like that. And then in the second half, you add those to the skill checks because you're always better in the second half of the montage.
Oh man, all I hope for is if we ever do that, one of us just rolls that natural one after natural one the entire montage. And it's just a montage, everyone else is getting better, and you just keep fumbling over your ass every turn.
Well, you see, it's funny you say that, because when I did those rules, we didn't have a natural 1 situation, but one guy just kept rolling natural 20s. So literally, he's decided to practice his archery for this nightly tournament. And I'm like, all right, give the corresponding skill roll. And he gets like 2 natural 20s. I'm like, all right, so you hit the bullseye, then you split the arrow in the bullseye with another arrow. This is you before the second half of the montage. All right. Everyone good to go?
Yep.
All right. So, before we get to the question, I'll give you guys a recap. You guys finally found your way into the Great Gollum Foundry of Dammerhall, where you met with and interacted with the spirit of Strega Trinehammer, the second monarch of Dammerhall. While exploring the territory, Fergus and Milgram ran into a figure wandering the halls who was, in fact, the last Grudgeblade of Dammerhall that was holding on to sanity by sheer force of will of not dying, and was slowly turning into one of the aberrant Grudgebound, the horrible monsters that Grudgeblades turn into if they die without fulfilling their oaths. You guys spent a week within the hall, in which point Freya was able to build and upgrade her suit, especially with the additional weaponry from Queen Strega's private hidden armory in the Golem Foundry. You guys also took that time to hit the books, researching many details about Dammerhall. Sorry, I'm burping. Dammerhall, metallurgy. Fergus did a lot of experimentation with the alchemy lab there and was able to find a certain combination of elemental damages that would cause the black iron alloy armor to crumble, which would prove to be extremely helpful.
Came out looking like that guy from Ancient Aliens.
Taskell did some research and was able to determine what the Black Iron Colossus's damage threshold was, as well as the fact that it had a few protection runes built into it. Nulgrim did some research on theories about the creation of the shadow metal that Bendrak uses, and determined that one of the key ingredients to the process wasn't just dwarven souls, but the molten corpses of dwarves dragged up from the mountain's heart and worked into the metal. As such, you now know that several pipes are going down into the heart of the mountain and extracting the millions of burnt up and melted bodies of dwarves to use for Bendrak's dark industry. This is also the reason why the Golem Foundry is not at full power, because its connection to the mountain heart is currently turned off, so it cannot be used as a magical forge at this time. It was also around this point that Taskell was signaled by some otherworldly divine being, and in using his commune spell, he communed with the fallen dwarven god, the Burning Vengeance, who offered Taskell assistance in fulfilling their mutual goal of destroying Bendrak Trinehammer for his betrayal. Taskell is yet to agree to or deny any offers of assistance, still weighing his options. It was as you guys were thinking about leaving that you went to the entrance and you were confronted by the mostly crazed Grudgeblade of Auric Trumite, where you guys did battle as he unleashed the full might of what a mature Grudgeblade with a magical weapon, the Grudgeblade, is capable of. It was a fierce battle, but you did triumph, slaying the poor tortured soul. Nulgrim leaning over him in his last few dying moments as he came back to himself, but his soul was being pulled into the horrible space in between the afterlives that only Nulgrim has seen. And that is where we will come back to you after the question. Unless you guys think I missed anything. I think that was pretty much all of it.
Nope. I'm just glad I was able to disarm him. That blade was powerful.
Oh yeah, that's right. You do also have the Grudgeblade now. Mm-hmm. However, it requires a living Grudgeblade warlock to attune to it.
Mm-hmm. Also, I forgot, I'm just reposting it for posterity. This is the element combination we have to do in order to melt those armors.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Lightning, radiant, cold, and force.
Doesn't matter how much of each damage, just so long as it hits in that order.
Yeah, and if we hit it with something else other than those, I guess that's the thing I could have asked during the study. Would stuff like bludgeoning and piercing and stuff interrupt with that?
No, not those, because you're just literally whacking it, but you're probably unlikely to get over the threshold anyway with those. All right.
Just wanted to make sure.
All right. Question for this week. After you assumedly reclaim Dammerhall, what would be your first public decree?
Wait, could you repeat that?
After you reclaim Dammerhall, what would be your first public decree as the rulers of the city-state? And if anyone says Taco Tuesday, I will kill your character.
Taco Monday?
Too late. I'm already
Fool
dead.
that you are. Tacos to be consumed on the Thursday.
Also, there's never a wrong time for tacos, let's be fair. That's like saying, you know what? You know what's gross? Pizza of all kinds.
No, there is a wrong time for tacos, Richard, and that's called when you're on the shitter.
I don't know, man.
But
I've
just
met
seems
people
efficient.
for lactose intolerant that'll eat ice cream while on the shitter. So if that won't stop them, what is?
It's
a
still
taco
wrong. I'm not saying people don't do it.
Oh yeah.
hot tub tacos are terrible too.
Okay, I will agree with you there. Hot tub tacos are never a good time.
I don't think any of us actually thought that far.
I have one. I was just trying to think of how I was going to word it, but essentially it's going to boil down to Dammerhall is no longer going to be exclusively dwarven.
All right.
That'll be sure to rile up some people.
Just no ex-wives allowed. Elves have to enter through the back entrance.
No, listen, we already know elves love to do it from behind. We've seen how many people.
I was about to say, actually, that's how they prefer it, I think.
Oh, so dirty.
I mean, why do you think that woman keeps sneaking up on us trying to kill us?
At this point, you've been message texting her in the middle of her life.
We should text her in the middle. Hey, you up?
Hey, Faye, how's your day?
This.
Just text her. What you thinking about?
All right, so that's Fergus's answer.
Because I'm pretty sure it's implied that we're all basically going to be pretty high up in authority once the whole thing's done.
Assumedly, yes. I mean, technically, in character, you don't have to be. You don't have any guarantees, but like out of character, you're gonna want to be involved, right?
And the fact that we did this is going to carry a lot of weight, probably. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And if Fergus is the king, he can just appoint people to high-ranking official positions. I mean, I'm just saying, like, out of character, you don't want to just sit here as a player with your thumb up your ass for several sessions doing nothing.
I go up on the stage. Contrary to popular opinion, the role of high priest will go to Freya. The master crafter will be Thrum. That's right. I am going around flipping tables.
All dwarf. Yeah. This is what we call disrupting.
Move fast, break things.
You have a new buzzword every week, and I'm going to implement it.
I have renamed Dammerhall to X.
X Hall.
And thus was the shortest reign of the King of Dammerhall ever.
So I've really been thinking about it. This whole castle that I live in, I think it just needs to go by the name the West Wing.
I mean, technically, the mission's fulfilled as soon as he sits on the chair, so.
Yeah.
Just, he's still the chair. No, the freaking Tasco pulls on. All right, we got it. Kill him.
All right, we're done. Boom. You gotta go.
The prophecy has been fulfilled. I'm not exactly sure on the phrasing, but it'd probably be something about preserving the sanctity of the dead, particularly with how they're using the literal dead to power everything with this new dark alloy.
Mm,
I can't think of the wording quite yet.
yeah. Obviously, the first thing Tassin's want to do is restore the place to a non-destroyed state after we get rid of all the undead. And that's probably the work of even a dwarven lifetime.
So mind the construction. Please forgive
It's
our
part in our
improvements.
dust.
We're now hiring for unpaid interns to rebuild the mines. Don't worry, you're going to get paid in experience.
Might even get to level 1.
And exposure, and by that I mean to the elements.
Maybe a few toxic chemicals. But hey, superpowers.
There could be some residual black iron, but who's really counting that?
Listen, you weren't using that sperm anyway. Let's be real.
Well, that went deep fast.
You signed up for a job that you could die from for free. What the fuck do you expect?
All right, so that's Pilgrim, Burgess.
Yeah, Nolgrim will probably be similar to almost like a Day of the Dead sort of reverence for the ancestors, and freeing them from the whatever is currently going on. Not sure what the word for it is, but how they're all being used as fuel.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get a lot of protest on that one. That's for sure.
No, I didn't think so.
The rhyme would be simple. It'd be something like, "The mighty fortress has returned. May its reign continue."
All right.
I guess Freya's first concern is going to be starting to get dwarves from the diaspora to return. So we probably want to start by gathering a council or something of other dwarven clans that we can bring in and establish this once again as the capital of our people.
And Taskell?
I was going in on rebuilding the place.
Gotcha. Bill, baby Bill.
Yeah, that's what he wants. First, we got to get those dwarven numbers up. So, build babies, build.
Babies, guns, and Jesus.
That's my kind of clergy, man.
I'm more of the cash, grass, or ass. No one rides for free kind of mentality.
Is that how you? Is that
Cash, grass, or ass? Yeah, that's what it was.
Keep that up, you'll get a level 20 Asmodean cleric on your side.
I swear that Nasrim and Mr. Calling as a cleric of that one elven goddess, that was literally lust and vengeance.
Right.
There's plenty of time to change.
I was going to say, she might convert later.
It's
I
not
like a
called
literal
cheating if you
redemption
tell 'em.
spell.
I just love the flavor of that. That's like the second most active religion in the shackles with all the pirates, because their churches are literally brothels. And it's just like unspoken rule amongst the pirates of the shackles: do not fuck with the priests of this religion outside of the literal sense.
Literal sense, go ham.
Yep.
Yeah. Listen, being physically attractive and good at sex is literally a part of their religion. You can see why they're very popular with pirates.
Yes, they are very important to all of us. It's like you just hurt everyone's girlfriend on this island.
All right. So, we zoom our story as you guys are in the foyer of the Golem Foundry. The dead and broken form of Org Trumai, last grudge-bladed Dammerhall, before you. There was some discussion about what to do with the body when we left off.
Well, we're definitely not burning it right now.
That was a grudge blade. His soul's already damned.
Debate, right? Is whether or not we're going to burn it or what. But I'm going to leave that to people who know more about grudge blades.
Maybe just put him in a honorary pose for now. Just like almost deter it.
We're not weakened to burning the body.
No. He's trying to think of let's not put it in the fire, but let's not just leave it in a crumpled pile. Let's
Hey, you're ghost free ride.
I mean, I do have the ability that allows me to do so, but it's only has 1 hit point, so.
I mean, there's probably something that was like stone that we can basically entomb him here until things are reclaimed and he could be given a proper burial later.
Yeah.
Because not really anything we could do normal dwarven burials right now without having to risk concern.
Mm. I mean, if none of you are opposed, I feel like it'd be fitting for him to be among the first that is reinterred once we correct this entire mess. I mean, he did spend the past however long presumably defending this place.
Yeah.
Why I move you guys to the Dammerhall map? I thought you guys were still on the home screen. Just in case you need to plan your next move. Give you all the resources.
All right. So, finished up all the construction on the suit. So, next step is, I guess, find... well, I guess we have a choice. We can either find the giant robot, right, which will be really easy, or Bendrak, which will be marginally more difficult. Preferably, we'd go after Bendrak first, of course, but...
If we go after Bendrak first, the Colossus will come right to him.
Yeah, the Colossus needs to be dealt with before we do anything else, I think.
But the Colossus is controlled by Bendrak's crown, so if we manage to get the crown off of Bendrak, maybe the Colossus is no longer a problem.
But then if we get to Bendrak and the Colossus can get there faster than we can deal with him, then we're dealing with both. So do we want to risk having a fight with both, or just deal with the one and then deal with the next?
I think we go after the Colossus first, especially now that we have the key to take it down.
Yeah. We need to also... we probably need to take a day and take stock of what access of each of these elements that we have, so we can kind of plan accordingly.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
So, I have a vial of acid still. I can make some more if I need to, hopefully. I think we have some darts that we just got, right? Some seeking darts.
Mm-hmm.
Just take of those you guys want, and then I'll put the rest on my suit.
Yeah. I'm going to take at least 1 dart. I think how many we had? 20?
Yeah, 20.
Yeah, I'll take 1 just to have on me, just in case I need to do something in between the other elements.
I have cold on my Frostbrand.
So I have access to something for acid and something for lightning. I would like to make a little bit more acid. We have acid arrow too, wand. The after damage for acid arrow. It is an issue. We also have her new mounted cannon for force damage for Freya.
Yeah. Let me pull up the cannons can do a couple different types of damage. So let me just make sure.
The thing we're gonna have to figure out the most, I think, is going to be the radiant, because I think that's gonna largely be up to Taskell.
Yeah,
my AoE is radiant.
Yeah.
Although I wouldn't rely on your spirit guardians for that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that could very easily be.
You got guiding bolt, which is also radiant.
Yeah.
That'll be perfect, I feel.
And if someone gives him a help action, it'll be an advantage to hit. So we
I
have a
can
better
do
chance.
every single one of these damages with my suit except Radiant.
Yeah.
And let me see. If push comes to shove, do I have any Radiant? Yes, I have
Does anyone have smite spells? A lot of those are radiant damage.
branding
did.
smite. Radiant damage. So when in doubt, I could use that on my suit and have just hit it with my weapon.
But we also need to be considerate of if we're relying on you for all these elements, it's going to take forever to take down his armor.
Did Taskell ever pick up? I can't remember if you got any damaging cantrips, but I know a couple cantrips are radiant as well.
No, but like I said, I've got Guiding Bolt, which is
Gotcha.
level 1.
Yeah. Only other thing I can think of off the top of my head is other than the smites is I know there's a one called Moonbeam, but I'm not sure if anyone gets access to that. I think it's a druid only spell. Oh yeah, I just looked it up. Druids and like Twilight clerics.
Let's see. Of course, Ignis can probably do fire damage.
Yeah.
But
Are we-
fire is not on the list.
Are we only bringing one of our?
Yeah, we don't really need to worry about fire. So
Does Freya have, or not Freya, but does Ignis have Chromatic Orb? Or is it all fire spells?
I think she has Chromatic Orb.
I believe she has
So-
Chromatic Orb, yeah.
That
Yeah,
would be.
because I swapped that because
Yeah.
we had this one spell that just didn't really work with any of her.
Yeah, that was my
features.
bad.
So I just threw that one because it was most thematically appropriate.
Yeah, I feel like Chromatic Orb is a good one because that covers all but the Radiant.
Yeah, acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, or thunder. So we're just gonna have to time it so when Taskell's turns come up, he has a guiding bolt prepared and hope for the best. And you said, Frey, you have something to do radiance if you need to.
I can do. It doesn't matter how much, right?
Yeah, you just have to do some.
Just have
Yeah.
to connect.
I can do a very little bit of radiant damage with branding smite, but I have to cast that. Let me. How long is? I think. How long is the cast time? Let me check.
Wait, which spell is it?
Branding smite.
That's a bonus action.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I can bonus action branding smite and then attack with my normal weapon, and it'll do a little bit of radiant damage. Yeah,
Gotcha.
like a D6 or something.
And then there's the mortars. I think one of them does fire damage, so that's not really going to be good here. And then there's the arcane cannon. That one also okay. So yeah, I'm just trying to count for anything we might have that can do radiant. So I'm looking at all of our magical swag.
Yeah, which means also Thrum was very insistent that he get to keep one of those cannons, so he has one as well.
Yeah.
I forgot about the cannons.
He
Yeah.
says it's a strap to his back.
Or you should have access to the handout, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yep.
Which is nice because otherwise he has nothing to add in that ability to do any kind of damage.
Yeah.
He punch hard. I can't wait to hit it with that cannon.
Just double checking all of our stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Ivy's knives do force damage, right? Or no, they do psychic.
Psychic damage, yeah.
Yeah. So Ignis will definitely be the party member to bring for this.
Yeah,
Although when it comes to fighting the smaller ones that are inside the fucking fortress, those undead golems, I feel like Iago's going to be MVP for that since he can now ignore DR with his bullets.
Would his DR be able to ignore this creature?
Yeah, but it probably has a lot more hit points than he's ever going to deal with.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It is true.
Yeah, the hardest part is that Radiant is being dealt with right in the middle, followed by Cold, which is the second hardest thing to manipulate for us.
If nothing else, I could try possessing Freya's armor and see if I can't try to squeeze in an extra attack or two.
Gumbo, if we take another day here, since we're probably going to need to swap up spells or something for some people.
Sure.
Would I be able to make something that is kind of like acid, but makes it so it freezes on contact, so I can
like
try to attempt that?
Like a liquid ice.
Yeah.
Basically. So let's see. Give me a alchemy tools check. If you get a 15 or higher, you get basically the equivalent of alchemist fire, but it is cold damage.
Okay. I'll do that once we decide if we're going to stay for one more night. I just wasn't sure. I didn't want to just assume.
Yeah, I feel like we could benefit.
Saving Thrum's pretty well. In fact, I'll do a.
Yeah. Thrum's pretty beat up. We probably should wait after that fight.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll roll. You said it with intelligence?
Yeah.
Tools, alchemist supplies.
Yep, you make 1 vial of alchemist ice.
And would it be smart for me to heal like a short rest now, or should I just wait? Do you regain everything on a long? I don't remember.
You gain everything on a long rest, and half your hit die.
Yeah, half your hit die. So if you expend
heal you 3 times here, since we're going to take a rest anyways, just to make sure you get back. Or if we're doing a long rest, then
Yeah, I feel like we should just do a long rest.
Yeah.
So if you are taking a long rest, that does beg a question. Task them. What you doing?
You got to talk to your lady, man.
I don't think he wants a date. It's just so lonely.
Not with that attitude.
No, he wants a date. It's just the date that Bendrack's going to be in the obituaries column.
Yeah, might as well keep my word on that.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna use a ritualized commune, reach out to the burning vengeance.
Suppose you can make time for a vengeful god that's you have an appointment with. Couldn't bookmark
You may never have another god ask you to tag team a different god.
Got what you're doing?
Yeah.
All right. Do you do this privately or with an audience?
Yeah, go off. Probably to the same side chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Timid Tinkler.
Doesn't help that you stare.
No, I just want to make sure everyone's stuff is working.
Listen, my dick is hidden underneath all these rocks. I just want to remember what it might look like.
It's so cold in there.
Listen, if I ever get these rocks off, you're not going to see me for... Oh my god, I just realized.
No.
If these rocks ever come off, I'm getting...
I think you had it right the first time.
Yep. Okay. Come on, big scary god moment. Let's do it. You go to a secluded side chamber, casting the commune spell. The unlit braziers burst into flame. Fires as red as blood, and thick black inky smoke rises up from them, gathering at the ceiling of the chamber. Eventually, the double glowing eyes of the burning vengeance appear, gazing down upon you. Have you come to your decision, dwarf priest?
I must decline. Even if the mother and father have failed and abandoned us, that leaves the ancestors to our charge. I will not fail them too.
You are a fool.
And I'll be a
Thoroughly-
fool by my own hand.
Thoroughly deceived through and through. But I am not my mother and father. I will not force your hand, dwarf priest. Be warned. Such offers of alliance will be not so easily forthcoming in the future. There are more evils than just Bendrak that lurk in the darkness of the earth. Ones like your beloved gods and even the spirits of your ancestors will not be so keen to combat. I do not hold faith you will see reason. But you are warned, and with that, my sensibilities are assuaged. I leave you to your fate. Fool of a priest.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he's gonna spread some bad rumors about you.
With that, I say good day, sir.
And with that, he cuts off the commune.
Commune him again. You hung up on me?
Wait, bitch hung up on me?
God damn it, he changed his number.
It's going straight to voicemail. God damn it.
Oh,
Ooh,
it got
yes, new
blocked.
number.
The deity you have contacted.
Try the number neighbor.
Well,
Oh wait, I think he has to star 69.
so Taskell just spurned a god.
Had he told us about this?
Not really, not directly. Freya's closest to being told, but
Inside my suit, it really itches as if somebody spurned a god.
How does that feel then, Thrum? Explain that to us.
Uh,
Also, wait until I leave the room so I don't have to hear it.
yeah.
Although I do
If,
that, and then Ivy would just make it so I can psychically hear it.
Right.
Can you turn this off?
I
You were gonna
can,
say-
but I won't.
You're gonna say something, Kenneth?
It seems like whatever Bendrak was doing was related to him, so it probably started with information from him, so reclaiming would probably not be in his real long-term interests, no matter what he's hinting at in the future. It's a moment of doubt, and there's still the ancestors, like I said, even if the mother and father have failed the dwarves. And we've got to stop whatever the fuck's going on here.
So, out of character question, are the ancestors still, holding church since they're being burned up?
Their clerics are still granting spells, but they're no longer communing with anyone. Though now that you know why and what's been going on, you imagine that whole divine spell thing is not going to last forever.
Yeah, it's like on the last charge. What about Nolgrim and all the ancestor contact he's been getting? Is he the divine one?
Grudge blades are a little bit different. They are actually tapping into the sort of magical, like separate ethereal plane where the dwarven souls haven't been properly put to rest and haven't been able to find peace are. And they would turn into vengeful specters unless the grudge blades went around and fulfilled their oaths for them. So he's got like a little separate bit of power in his soul, or he did when he was corporeal.
So many layers to these onions.
Mm-hmm. Then I stuck an oil derrick in it.
Speaking of, I think we blew up that one and that one.
Yep.
The hell was this?
That was a collection of pipes and tubes going up into the ceiling into the next level of Dammerhall. Whatever resources are in these pipes look like they're going upwards into there.
So yeah, it's pretty
Are
much
there any
over
pipes
there.
that look like they're going down only?
Nope.
We were basically chased in here by the Colossus, weren't we?
Mm-hmm.
So it should be close. It might even be guarding this thing, since we blew up 2 out of maybe 3 of these things, depending on where these pipes down here-ish go.
We've also been here for like a week or so, haven't we?
Yes, you have.
I must admit, it's not exactly what I was hoping it would be.
I expected to find the place in ruins, but not by the hands of one of our own kin.
Not gonna lie, my money was on dragons, so
This isn't even
wasn't-
ruins. It's like they've got some kind of mad capitalist venture going
Are
on.
we sure the drow aren't involved somehow?
it's been confirmed, by the way. Now, Thrum is now communist.
They're not even selling anything. This. I mean, if anything, this is more communist than capitalist, considering that everyone's literal zombies forced to work in factories.
Oh yes, the true American dream.
Sure.
Man, isn't that dark that extreme communist and extreme capitalism basically just shoehorn around to the same spot?
Right.
Yeah, it all ends up back at feudalism.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Now let's get to work restoring that.
Set things back to how they're supposed to be, with us on top.
Exactly. Destroy these machines. Revert all this knowledge back to what we have.
You know, thinking about it, feudalism isn't so bad if you put me at the top.
Also, I like the Freya. Are we sure the Drow's involved? It reminds me of the Onion News Network fake news story where it's like two campers were found mauled to death in the woods. So the police are desperately searching for the black man responsible for this.
Oh, Jesus.
God.
I still
And it's
love
like-
that they. Oh god.
They're like, here's the last photo of the hikers, and it shows them in their camp, and they've got a baby bear, and then you just see a large bear in the background.
Oh, wow. That's terrible.
Uh,
All right, let's go maul some people who are different than us.
Long rest?
Yes.
not at all what we're about to do, but okay.
It's more like a robot smashing.
Yeah, against someone who's quite similar to us in many ways.
Is Freya's mech still 3x3 square? I can't remember what size that falls
It's
under.
it was gonna be 3x3, but then I talked to Michael. I'm like, listen, I'm working on some maps, and 3x3 makes the hallways really big. So let's just scale back to 2x2 for now.
Okay. I was gonna say kaiju battle could be fun, kind of like Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
You could always just make him eerily bendable.
True.
We haven't
Really?
quite gotten over the image of that aberrant bear. Just
Rubbing his back, and then all of a sudden going over 180 degrees over the rock he was rubbing his back on, sliding around it like a snake, curling up against it.
Man, I still think no, don't want to do this. Is that Pathfinder party was like, man, we found some weird stuff in those woods.
right.
A lot of bears for some reason.
And as you're saying that, what you thought was his behind suddenly becomes his head, and he's like, "Why? What do you mean?"
All right, so
Fucked
you
up
guys
Cheshire
managed
cat.
to long rest, so go ahead and heal yourself up.
Remember, you get 14 temporary hit points.
Oh yeah.
Actually more than that. I think now. 15 temporary hit points.
Is it your level?
It's my level plus my charisma modifier.
That's a great skill.
Yeah, it's a feat that I took, and it's basically I don't want to roleplay it every time because I run out of ideas. But he's basically doing his best to try to pep you up during rest by like talking about something or other. I can't think of anything good at the moment right now.
I feel like thematically I should take one less temporary hit point.
Hey, if you want.
Yep.
I imagine what a lot of it is him going around and like noticing certain things like, hey, the strap needs to be restitched or something for your armor, or stuff like small things like that. But over the course of an hour, kind of helps you out a little bit.
Yeah, or laying out battle plans or stuff like that.
More than just being like, hey guys, we can do it if we believe.
We've got the power of friendship and family on our side.
I have the power of God and anime on my side.
You're saving that for your bleached gnome.
We'll defeat
In the most deadpan voice.
We'll defeat Bendrick with the power of friendship and this gun this guy has.
Iago gives a thumbs up in the background.
Friendship.
He's cocking his gun, screaming. Ah!
Cannot comprehend the power of the mighty Glock.
I just picture him screaming like that guy in that fucking parody of a Western song where it's just that old man in a cowboy hat screaming and it's like projected onto the sky.
I remember that. What the fuck was that?
I don't know, but it was a full-ass song and it just had him screaming.
Gonna take my horse down to Old Town
It wasn't even
Road.
a parody. That was an actual song.
Was it actually a song?
That was an actual song.
I thought it was a parody on Western music.
No, that was the actual song.
Well, I knew it was an actual song, but I thought the whole song was just a parody.
No.
That's sad but funny at the same time.
Because that's just the bridge. There's lyrics in between the screaming.
Yeah. I heard the whole song.
All right. So.
Yeah, here we go. It's called Big Enough.
Okay.
Sorry.
Let's try to keep it on track here.
I'm not linking it.
All right. Game plan, bitches.
Hunt down the Colossus.
I have access to a few different elements. We need to kind of prioritize. I kind of go over again how we need to hit this thing in order. I would probably advise if we run into things that are with it that we need to deal with, that the people who should deal with that the most would probably be me and Thrum. We can probably deal with the small fries more often than the big one when it comes to the elemental order. Like I can chuck things if I need to. But I imagine that there's going to be at least some things we have to deal with of undead.
Ron will lift up the cannon. Don't forget about this bad boy.
Yes, you have not let us forget about that bad boy. Anyway, when it comes to small things, hit them and hold them off so we don't have the rest of our friends get destroyed in the process of trying to not get destroyed.
Hey, Freya, you opposed to me possessing your armor? See if I could operate some weapons alongside you.
You're attuned to your frost brand still, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just so we have extra cold things.
Yeah. And Nogro will want to kind of strap his gear to, because is there a turret seat now? Is that what I read that she had installed?
Yes.
So yeah, I'd probably strap the armor in that, just so kind of a quick release. So if he wants to get into the combat, he could just pop into his armor and just wade into combat, or just take over the turret. Either way.
That's a good idea because you've got super low hit points.
I mean, I ended up taking a tough feat, so I have 99 hit points now.
Oh, hell yeah. Welcome back to the game, man.
and damage resistance to non-magical bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing by default, like a barbarian rage. So not that glassy.
Yeah.
So you want to try and possess my suit to try and fire another one of the weapons?
Yeah, basically use my possession ability that allows me to either use a weapon attack or take the dodge action or dash action.
Yeah.
Essentially, he just uses his action to use one of your attacks.
Cool. So what order are we going to try and go in here?
And I
feel
think that's kind of up to the initiative order.
I feel like Iago is going to be the one that's going to bring this up when you guys are planning, and he's going to say, so do we want to hunt this thing, or are we going to try to lure it into a trap?
Well,
what sort of trap
Damn
are we
it,
thinking?
Iago.
Because I feel
the
like that.
dwarves. We were
I
just
can't
going to
think-
head out there.
Well, what I was hoping for was to not really like trap it so much because I don't really know enough about this layout to really trap them, but fight him around other buildings so that way we can turn corners and get out of line of sight rather than just fighting them completely in the open. So like,
Oh, Gombo, isn't this thing we're in kind of like a fortress?
It does have a bridge, yeah, that leads to.
but can this thing? I don't think that thing could really get in here though.
Does it have like cannon slits that we could fire through it, or arrow
No,
slits?
it's a foundry, not a.
Fortification.
I didn't know if they had made it defensible.
What is the mech we're trying to fight called?
The Black Iron Colossus.
Yeah, we've seen the Colossus up close. Is it large enough to walk on this bridge?
It is,
Ooh, that's
but,
interesting.
but definitely not get inside.
So what
At
if we
least
try
without blasting.
onto the bridge, blast it with everything we have, and then we try to demolish the bridge and send it into the magma?
Well, it's a drawbridge, isn't it?
No,
make it a little hard to get out.
it's a
Also,
it's a
it's
rock
a-
bridge.
It's
You
a
have
rock
that
bridge and
encounter.
it's heavily like if it's withstood this much time, I don't think we're gonna be able to break it. But if we want to lure it on the bridge, what we could do is try to no, I guess it's too big to probably be able to push. That's where we destroy the armor. I think our best bet, just so we can have some line of sight on the thing, is to lure it into one of these groups of buildings that have been emptied, and fight it within there. That way, if it wants to hunt us, it's gonna have to it could probably just crush the buildings as it walks through.
But
But if
it
it
gives
blasts,
us a chance to hide.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you thinkers. With these long range cannons, could we set Freya or myself up ahead of it, get a shot off of acid, retreat, 1,000 yards back, or whoever shot the acid, retreat 2,000 yards back, have somebody waiting with a shot of lightning that could then start retreating, and we could just kite this thing all the way back towards the bridge.
The issue with that is your cannons take 5 minutes before it can be fired a second time. And we don't know how, what if that doesn't fit in the time frame? What if we do this and it doesn't actually affect it because they've been so long between the shots?
So, real quick question. Once we destroy that armor, is that something that will...
No, we're still
Come
going to
back?
probably have to deal with it.
Okay, well, yes, but what I'm asking is, if we were to destroy the armor and lay down some damage to it, but have to withdraw, we don't have to worry about the armor being restored, would we?
As far as I know, no. But again, I've only done cursory research on this. I only know so much that we can break the armor with these elements. I don't know if I don't know if it can restore itself. I don't know if it has time between. Like when you're doing it with a little bit of sampling, like he probably did, he probably would explain that there's only so much you can do with it without. You wouldn't be able to exactly narrow down time frames and such.
Well, all of our resources eventually come back. So if we had to, we could go underground for, love the phrase, for a day or two and then try a new strategy, right? As long as we've got a way out.
We could try to lure him over towards the series of buildings that we know where there's that secret house the vampires were staying in. And if worse comes to worse, we could try to hide him there. But there's also the issue with the smoke, I think, in that area still.
Hey, Gombo, is this thing that we've seen, the Colossus, does it look like it's big enough to destroy the foundry building?
Like it would take work. The foundry building is bigger than it. It was in fact assembled here. You have the mold is hanging over you at the moment. But probably from what you've heard of its combat capabilities, if it did a concerted effort, it could probably destroy the foundry.
I would say let's keep
That would
the
be bad.
foundry safe. Yes,
Yeah.
I like the idea of going towards the ruin.
I also think after we destroy this thing, we need to build Freya one.
I think she's working on that herself.
Yeah, but I agree with Fergus's idea of doing guerrilla tactics in the shanty town.
I think though, whatever we do, we should fight it. Even if everything goes awry, we should not try to fight it where there's other golems being waiting, because we see these fields of like unawakened golems. If he can control it through the crown, there's a good chance he can see through the crown. And if you can see it and we're close to those things, he can activate those.
Again, why I feel like the shanty town might be the best choice because it seems furthest away from.
Yeah. But I'm saying if we immediately walk out of the doorway and it starts chasing us and we can't get all the way to the shanty town, at least we need to get far away from them.
So how do we
can
get
agree with that?
Let me see my measuring tool. We need to go basically this way.
But
Do we need to go down that far? Can we?
We don't need to go down that far, I don't think. But I was just doing an example of.
Yeah,
We need to find it first, which is why I'm saying going down this far, because there's a small chance that he's going to just be protecting this thing here.
What do we destroy this?
Yeah, you took that one. You took that
okay.
one out.
Okay, so does that mean the smoke in this area is also dissipated?
Last you checked 8 days ago.
Okay.
That's why I was thinking also, like, we don't fight it near it, but we have that fallback that the vampires were in that we could hide under temporarily.
Mm-hmm.
As long as he doesn't step on it.
Again, that's why we fight it not directly near that thing. But if we need to retreat, we all know where that is.
Yeah, regroup there. I like that. I like having a regroup spot. Or regroup.
Especially if for some reason we get separated, we all know where to meet if we get separated.
Yeah.
Right. Is Diago in my passenger seat?
Yeah, if you like him to be, he definitely can be.
All right. Cool.
Although as far as cohorts go, I think we were bringing Ignis just for the elemental reactions for this.
I mean, if you just want him in the seat to extra attack, I'll allow that for this fight. The golem's pretty stacked.
All right.
All right. I got to pee, guys. We want to take a break before this plan comes together?
Yeah. I'll go get some water real quick.
You're statted on my sheet, so we don't even have to roll initiative for him if we don't want.
Yep, that's fine. Seems like the best way to do it. This should be an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
Hey.
Figured I'd get a snack while I was on my way to get water.
Mm-hmm.
I made some homemade. I'm not sure if you ever heard of it, called baba ganoush.
I've heard of it, have not tried it.
You've had hummus before, right?
Yes.
It's basically hummus, but instead of garbanzo beans, you use eggplant.
Oh, okay.
Because I had a bunch of eggplant from the garden, and
Mhm.
so I cut them in half and roasted them on the grill when I was barbecuing one night.
Mhm.
And you scoop it out and you blend it with Greek yogurt, lemon juice, olive oil, garlic, some salt and pepper, and some cumin.
Oh, nice.
And you just use that for like with veggies or crackers, whatever have you.
I just today tried Japanese barbecue sauce for the first time, and
Oh, that's good.
I regret the amount of life I've had without having that.
Yeah. Also, learning how to use like Asian style sauces and stuff, like hoisin sauce and stuff, other than just the basic soy sauce,
Oh yeah.
makes a big difference as well.
Yeah, I'm big on like the idea of meat, rice, vegetable sauce. A lot of my meals are like that. It's just for simplicity. So expanding my sauce territory is a good idea. All right. Is everyone back now?
I am.
Nope.
Nope. Kenneth said nope.
Caleb. I think maybe Michael's still gone.
Gumbo, you're real into spicy stuff, aren't you?
Not really. I have some taste for spice. I'm in the weird spot where for California, I'm not into spice, but for the Midwest, I'm freaking asbestos tongued.
I knew exactly what you were gonna say because I remember living in the Midwest.
Well,
Nobody could
working
handle
on
flavor there.
I know.
something you can add to a lot of Asian dishes that keeps forever is ground fresh chili paste. Just in the ethnic, Asian section where they're going to carry all that stuff. Little bit of jar of that with just, you can add that basically to any sauce you're making just to spice it up a little bit, but with their spices. We found that a couple of years ago and love it.
Also, using chili oil to fry your eggs in, fucking delicious.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Chili
I'm
oil and
eggs guy.
toasted sesame oil.
Mm-hmm. I've also been using seasoned rice vinegar whenever I make rice now, and it's way better that way.
Yep.
You
can't smell it, but there is a difference in the taste once you get it on food. The season
and the texture.
Just the white rice.
Yeah, I've noticed it also changes the texture of the white rice to be better too. It doesn't become it doesn't get as mushy as it sits.
Right. I like the stickiness, the starchiness.
Have I ever told you guys the best recipe I've ever found, and I will never not unlearn it? Before we get into it.
Hold on, let me get my pencil and paper.
It's called a Mississippi pot roast.
Wait a minute, is that just the peppers on top of it?
It's the crock pot where you put in the pot roast. You pepper the pepperoncinis, but you also put a package of au jus and ranch seasoning.
Yep.
And then you put some butter. It is by far the best pot roast I've ever had or ever will have.
We do that and take it out, put it on top of toasted bread, like a roll, and then broil a little bit of provolone cheese over the top of it.
Nice.
Very nice.
I use it with I usually either roast or mash some potatoes, and then I make a gravy out of the drippings.
Yeah.
So it comes like a slightly zesty gravy with the pepperoncinis.
Oh, I've never made a gravy out of it.
Yeah, all I do is
the flour.
I just do a cornstarch slurry with like some cold water and some cornstarch, and I add that to it.
Yeah,
I let it cook down a little bit on I transfer it to a pan, like a non-stick one, and let it cook down a little bit after I do that, and it thickens up. I don't know. I love it. So I probably shouldn't like it as much as I do, but
we do one that doesn't have the packets in it. It doesn't have the ranch packet in it. We just call it drip beef by the Pioneer Woman.
Okay. No, it's definitely worth to put it in the ranch packet in there.
Yeah.
Like the ranch packet, and you can't get like a gravy packet. You need to get an au jus packet. The two of those together make such a good flavor. Anyway,
after you told it to me the last time we made it, and now I've got a ton of au jus packets because that alone, that I didn't know existed. Because I don't like thick, heavy gravy, but I love a dip. And love au jus sauce. Sorry, so cooking hour is now over.
No, I think this is what we need to do. Is we need to do an entire D&D campaign that we stream. That's just everyone's cooks running like a tavern kitchen, and have it where all the recipes are real recipes that you could make, and that would be our niche, the cozy D&D game market.
Oh yeah,
My
so
buddy-
Food Wars, the anime, the video game, the tabletop game.
With less
I feel
fan
My
service,
buddy
yes.
really wanted to go through all of Game of Thrones and make, because that author just got so into describing the food scenes. And for every episode we were going to watch, he wanted to make how it corresponded in the book to what they were eating.
You know, honestly, that we really will play. I love the some of the lore stuff they do for Pathfinder 2nd Edition, because when they're talking about different cities, they talk about what's the common foods people like to eat there, which adds a lot for like just
That
the
adds so much,
culture.
like, joke aside, that adds so much flavor to a setting.
Oh, it
It
really
really
does.
does.
And some of the books on
I
the
still
sidebar,
remember, like,
they
the
put the
fish soup.
actual recipe that you could make in real life too, if you're interested.
I remember Nasarima falling in love with the fish soup or whatever it was.
Mhm.
She crab soup.
Yeah.
I feel like we just wandered into the cookbook portion of the library RP.
The
We could make some money off of this. The D&D cookbook?
They already made it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I looked through it. It's not as good as it sounds.
No, they have a lot of weird recipes in that one.
It's because it's not real recipes. It's just like, oh, we stuck some googly eyes in a cupcake, and now it's a freaking mimic. Ooh. I'm like,
I
oh,
know, stupid. I'm talking about real food.
yeah, like
Like real food, but make it themed for like D&D kind of.
I haven't
Yeah,
read
something that you could see, like hollowed out bread trenchers being the bowl, and you put a good hearty soup in there.
I did
yeah.
see a thread a while back that was basically each race's unique trail rations
Mhm.
Yeah.
and just like what all is included there. And I'd see if I'd save that. I'll link it later. But
Yeah, if you ever want to see a professional baker cry, show them a bread bowl. They're like,
Fucking love
no,
Red Bull.
it was beautiful and perfect. Then you scooped out the good parts. You put a fucking soup in there. What's wrong with you?
Loki, when you said that, I thought like goblin rations contain 2 eyeballs, 5 orphan fingers, 1 tongue.
I'm not sure if this is the one you found, but I do remember actually having this saved. So
All right.
But it's a
So-
lot of
Yeah,
garbage.
let's kill this now.
Yeah. So you guys are on the map. You see the distances. Is the plan that you're gonna go search the Colossus as a group and then hightail it to the town area with the buildings for cover, or are you going to split with one group going to set an ambush and the other group luring the Colossus into it?
I think what we were, at least what my idea was, is we're gonna head down this direction. We're gonna start heading this direction, but I imagine someone's gonna at least get closer to see if we can see the Colossus in this area.
Mhm.
If not, we're gonna head here and then reassess the situation and see if we can find it afterwards.
Gotcha.
I think we ought to stay together heading over there toward the shanty town. And
I didn't mean like separate hella far, but I'd probably go invisible and get a little closer to see if I can see it, and then we can adjust if
or
we need
maybe
to.
the ghost. Maybe the ghost can fly around and catch it.
I have to be near the ghost.
Can you animate? Former Nolgrim, can you take over the suit of armor?
yeah, I can. Which suit of armor are you referring to, though?
The one we're trying to kill.
Oh,
Colossus.
that one. Maybe, but if I'm in it, then I'm gonna be hurt anytime you guys attack it, and also just the sheer nature of that dark iron. I'm not entirely sure how comfortable that'll feel for me.
All right, we'll consider that as a plan C.
All right.
See if we need it.
Oh, one other thing I considered. We did do the tests on little sections of iron, right? Well, if it's one of those situations where we're not expecting the entire thing to just fall away because we hit a small area with the reactive order or whatever, do we want to focus on one particular section so we could drop with that and possibly exploit that if the entire armor doesn't come down?
I think that was generally the idea. We were going to try to aim for the same general area. It's going to be hard to like pinpoint an exact spot.
Right, but
Like,
I think
he'd
if we
say
like
we're probably
target
gonna
like the
we're
right
probably gonna hit it
leg.
in. Yeah, we're probably gonna hit it in like this, like the front at least, instead of like focusing on the back. Even though, the back is more vulnerable usually.
Well, the head should always be available, no matter which way you're facing.
I personally, well, might not matter too much, but I still think if we target the leg, at the very least, that gives us more options if we could take a leg out.
Yeah. At least hinder its ability to follow us.
And possibly knock it down, make it more vulnerable. But in general, I think something that big, hampering its movement would probably be the best.
This is fair. I'm fine with that. We can aim for the legs.
Left leg or right leg? Too late.
Yes. Yes.
What if we
Whichever
just,
one is attacked first, I suppose.
what if we just get like a grappling hook, attach it to the suit, and I fly around its legs like in Star Wars?
Oh, do that. Yes, we could do that.
Oh yes, I've seen that play, The Drow Wars.
Damn drow.
All right, you've got control of the token.
Okay, so first,
That doesn't work on bipedal robots, unfortunately. He just goes with his hands and rips it off.
so we go down to here. Is that the Colossus? Yep.
Yeah, that's the Colossus.
Run away.
Yep. Let's see if it follows us if we go back up. Yep. It looks like we might have to just deal with it here. Do you want to try to retreat again, or do we want to just?
Do we want to lure it onto the bridge?
I wouldn't try taking out the bridge, but definitely
But-
good to have a.
At least
But
it can't run away from us if it's. I mean, it can't have too much range of like. I don't know.
Let's get between it and the forge, and at the very least we have that as a fallback.
Yeah.
So I would say let's move here, and then we have options if we want to try to run away. Either direction we can.
Okay, so it's going to move into your space because it's gonna trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Well, we're here to fight it, so it was.
Yeah.
It's not ideal, but this looks like it's going to be what happens unless things go wrong.
Do
do
we
you
not
just
wanna
want
use
to
the
fight out
armory?
in the? Do you want to fight out in the open stone, or do you want to fall back to the bridge? Because I'm just trying to decide which combat map.
Yeah, let's go ahead and fall
Let's get
back
to
to
the
the bridge
bridge.
and get some cover.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way we can fall back into the armory if people are dying.
All right. Give me a moment to get this stuff set up.
Get ready to fire that cannon.
By the way, Michael, you weren't too far off when you were talking about the goblin rations. There's like ogre ration in that thing I linked that has ears and fingers.
All right. I'll drag you over to the combat map. So you guys should see where you are.
Yep.
This little box right down here, that is some difficult terrain that's left over from on Erupting Earth when you guys were breaking in. And you see the towering form of the Black Iron Colossus, a full 60 feet tall. One of its arms is a long tube of a cannon, and its brutalist, simplistic, utilitarian bipedal design with just two circular glowing eyes that track your movements as it ineffably stalks towards you, shaking the ground with its giant metal footsteps. You see on its shoulders there is two what's the shape of, basically the shape of like what a D20 is. But they're like built onto actuations into his shoulder pauldrons that each face has several runes on it that seem to spin around and affix onto targets separately. So I will bring up the initiative.
And Nolgrim's possessing Freya's armor, if that's okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're going first. So I don't cannons. What are those? That's cheating.
Yeah, it's got its shoulder. Each of its shoulder cannons has its own separate initiative.
That's
Independent turrets.
interesting. So you're cheating.
And they can be targeted separately. I'll just let you know. So I believe that is everyone. So, combat music time. All right, as you're about to face down the literal thing that genocided all the dwarves in Dammerhall. Hope you're ready.
Ready as we'll ever be.
Kamikaze.
God, look at all these high initiatives.
Get fucked, fucker.
All right, so it's got range. All right, so it is going to, with its right shoulder cannon, it is going to fire 6 scorching rays. So that would be 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it is going to fire 1 ray at everyone and then 2 rays at Freya. So I'll get the 2 against Freya done first. So 1, 2 against Freya. I'm pretty sure the second one hits.
Second one hits.
12 fire damage. And then
I'm just gonna shield that too.
All right.
Hit.
Sounds good. All right, so next up, Ignis. That'll hit for 11 fire. She's resistant. Thrum, 27. That'll hit. 6. You're resistant.
Yep. He's resistant. And remember your temporary hit points.
Taskell, that'll hit. 4. And finally, Fergus. 21.
Let me see. Hold on. It always fucks up my mage armor thing. I just need to double check what it is. Also, it keeps showing it's 14 for my AC in general, but it's 17 normally. It's 18. I'm going to roll a superiority die and add that to my AC as a reaction.
Yeah.
So that is a D8. That'll make it miss.
All right, so you take no damage there. That's its right shoulder cannon's turn. Taskell.
Well, let's see. Both the things I have on tap are in the middle and end of the combo, so
Ready
I
in
guess
action?
we'll just get closer.
And then are you readying an action or just moving and dodging?
That was a double move, actually.
Gotcha. Freya.
We kind of didn't go through buffs or anything. Could I have said that I already cast Fly on the suit?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
I assume because I said I was going to have mage armor on. So
you guys had time for this. I should have pointed that out, but yes, you had time for buffs.
All right, then I'm going to move up 30 feet and to the side 50 feet here. Bringing my suit. And then what's the
First one is acid.
Acid. All right. So I've got the acid jet here. Let me make sure it is a 300 foot long, 5 feet wide. I'll just click it in there and see the acid shot.
Acid jet. 15 dexterity saving throw or tank. Okay, so that's cool. So no matter what, it's going to take the acid damage. It'll just determine how much. So that's handy. Dexterity save.
Fail, so it'll take the full 10.
All right, so that is not enough to get over its damage threshold, but that is step 1 on the combo to disable that threshold.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and the next one was what? Lightning. So
Lightning.
yeah, can't do that. So
Well, we got the darts, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
but
was going to be
firing-
my turn. So.
But firing
Okay.
the cannon takes an action.
I got you.
yeah, I was just
Well, an action to aim and an action to shoot, right?
Well, his large creatures can just fire it as one go. That's why
Gotcha.
Freya and you can use it more easily.
But I was just saying because I also have Iago who can fire, but I'm not going to have him fire this round because it would do 4.
Mhm.
So it goes on to Fergus.
Fergosio.
Okay, so I'm going to move to here. I'm going to pull out the seeking dart I have and tell it to seek. And if it hits, it'll do lightning damage. It's a dexterity saving throw on its part.
All right. 8.
That'll fail. So I don't think I should even bother rolling damage because it's lower enough damage where it shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
But he does take lightning damage, so I call out that next up is going to have to be Taskell or Freya for the Radiant. And let me see this. Would that be just an attack, or would that be a
It's an action to use the dart.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was considered an attack or an action because different things.
Yeah, I believe it's an action.
Okay, bonus action then. I am going to just continue moving down to here.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Thrum.
All right. He is going to go large so that he can heft his bonus action, go large so he can heft his cannon.
Mm-hmm.
He is then going to hold an action for as soon as he sees the creature take radiant damage. Can he fire a cold
Yeah, so long as it's within range.
frost shot at the creature? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind it's a straight line, so you'll have to work that out where it doesn't hit anyone.
Well, they're different. The frost shot's like a fireball. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, you shot the ray. Each one's different, which is interesting because that makes it harder to think about. All right,
Just also
that's
a
his
little
turn.
bit more of an interesting item as well. All right, shoulder cannon L.
Oh god, it's going to write her name in the death note.
Let me see here. Just checking. Okay.
Tried to spread us out here so that if it does something fucky, it doesn't hit all of us.
Yeah.
The left shoulder cannon starts spinning rapidly, and it fires off like this swarm of zipping magical darts as it casts a 6th level magic missile. So that's 10 missiles. It's going to go 5 on Fergus, 5 on Freya.
All right.
Didn't she cast shield? No, she cast that last round. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
But it's 1 shield spell per magic missile, right?
No, if you use shield spell, it negates all magic missiles.
Yep. So this is the first one against. The first one against Fergus. 19 points of force.
I will use my reaction to uncanny dodge to take half.
All right. And then against Freya.
Does that reduce one missile or does that reduce all the missiles?
Each missile is resolved as a separate attack.
That is true. When the attack hits with an attack, okay, I'll still do it to reduce the damage.
Maybe we'll
For
save
the
it
one-
for
for the one.
when the Colossus comes up.
I guess that's true. I keep forgetting that he has multiple actions. Yeah, so
Mhm.
I'll just take it then.
All right.
What? My reaction recharged on my turn, right? So
Yes.
Yes. So you're able to nullify all the magic missiles heading towards you.
I'm just
All right.
imagining Diva's projection shield.
Nerf this. They ruined that game.
We're on the Radiant phase, right?
Yeah.
All right. Not seeing any of that on board. Nolgrim will instead take the dodge action for the suit. Try
All
to get a
right.
little bit more evasive maneuvers as it anticipates whatever this Colossus is about to do.
Let's just hope that it's a ray and it fires at us.
Umberite Colossus's turn.
What was this gray box? Does anybody remember?
It was they did some kind of crowd control on us.
Okay.
Yeah, erupting earth create difficult terrain there. So it still is difficult terrain. So it moves up there. It's got a move speed of 30 feet.
But you're not like falling into lava or anything.
No. Let's see here. Okay. Cool. So it is going to level its cannon, and it is going to fire. It's going to fire the cannon, black fire cannon. It's a 60-foot square area, so that hits everyone. It does not roll for damage. It always deals 45 damage.
Yeah, it was definitely uncanny dodge to that.
And after you get hit, you do a DC 20 Wisdom saving throw, or you are unconscious until the end of its next turn.
Oh, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And that does hit everyone.
Quick question: is it immune to its own area of effect?
Yeah.
Okay, because it would fall into it.
It is immune both to necrotic damage and the unconscious condition. So.
DC 20 Wisdom saving throw to be unconscious, but my suit does not take unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
So-
Still takes that necrotic.
Yep.
Okay. What's the save?
Wisdom DC 20.
Hey,
Fuck.
Tasco. Fuck yeah.
Easy 20. Yeah. Good night, guys.
Fortunately, we have other options for the cold, but yes.
Trying to figure out. Doesn't look like I'm immune to unconsciousness, which is surprising.
Well, to be fair, it is the black fires of
That's true.
shrieking, cursed hatred of the dwarven people.
That's true.
There's
That's true.
good territory for a ghost to be affected by this.
Yeah, that's true.
Like-
Ignis did not save.
All right. So it levels this cannon. It fires like in the center here, and the resulting explosion sends like a pillar of pure black and white fire and light going straight up into the ceiling of the cavern. You feel the roots of the mountain itself shake from the blast.
And Tasco's the only one standing.
Of course,
Yeah.
the cleric is still.
I think Freya's still conscious because her suit is immune to the unconsciousness condition.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Nolgrim's
Yep,
not, though.
We can finish this task.
But that is its turn. Ignis is unconscious.
I think she wakes up at the end of her turn, you said?
End of the
That's true.
Colossus's next turn.
Ah, damn.
Shoulder cannon R. It's going to hit Freya with a 6th level Dispel Magic, which should remove the flight.
Yep, it will remove flight and shield that I had on.
I think it just dispels one thing.
Does it?
Yeah. The highest caster level thing.
Yeah, then it will dispel flight, and we will fall 30 feet.
Which I do not believe is enough to do fall damage to something of your size. So you're good. Taskell, you're up.
And double check 1 second on something else. Alright.
Taskell pulls the ripcord, disappears. He's out of here. He's fine living in the forge the rest of his life.
No, I just noticed I had a different radiant spell on there, but yeah, let's go. Guiding bolt. 15.
It uses its reaction and hits it with a 4th level counter spell.
No!
Ultimate War Machine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We need someone to counterspell that counterspell stat.
Yeah, everyone else is asleep.
Except for Freya.
I don't think Freya has counterspell though.
No.
Let's see. Checking some things. Really? So,
Are you
if
linking, Co?
Sorry, I was trying to click on Taskell's guided bolt just to see what it is.
Oh.
A weapon attack. Okay. I don't know if I can hit this thing's AC though.
I mean, they never been like the other things we fought were never hard to like hit. It was just they didn't take any damage from things.
Yeah, it's that damage threshold.
Yeah.
I know.
Just make sure it didn't.
I mean, it
force
might be
damage.
good just to take it. No.
You're not
defensive
concentrating on anything
motion.
else anymore, so if you need to concentrate on the smite, it's not like it goes away.
Oh, that's true.
Mhm.
Yeah, go in
So
and
even,
smite
even,
his
if,
ass.
even if you miss, you at least have it loaded up in the chamber for next time.
Would a smite count as radiant damage?
The one he had, I think he said does.
Yeah.
Can you
That
charge?
would work.
It's a smite spell, not the smite feature.
Yeah.
Can you charge him 5e?
There is no charge now.
You can just move up, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's also 35 feet away. Just
Oh,
Yeah.
you don't have reach in that thing?
I don't think so.
Oh, damn. I'm just used to Thrum being able to reach like to God's length.
Yeah, he specifically had reach. Does it have to be melee? Wait, you've got a reach melee weapon, don't you?
So I
No,
was like, it says, does it say melee weapon attack or just a weapon attack? Because if it's
There's
a
a
weapon
weapon.
attack,
I can use a ranged one, but unless you count the Hellspit cannon, does that work as for one? Then I can use a.
Does the smite
also
say
do-
it has to be on a?
That would do force damage right
it says it
after.
has to be on a weapon attack. It doesn't say melee or range
Yeah,
or anything.
if I use the Hellspit volley cannon to do the radiant damage, it'll do force damage right after.
Oh, yeah.
Does
What-
8d6
For the sake, because I know that like the smite would always be comboed with a different damage type anyway, I will let the radiant supersede the force in the order. I'll metagame that one.
Then I will
But you'd need cold in between.
cast Branding Smite on myself using my first second level spell for today. And then put that on my Hellspit volley cannon and fire at the creature.
That'll most certainly hit. Even with the smite, it's not enough to overcome its threshold, but it does get in the radiant damage you need.
What does Branding Smite do?
Radiant damage to attacks, apparently.
Well, I thought there was some additional, I thought those smite spells also had a.
I believe
Yeah,
it makes
it
the next
does.
attack an advantage.
Okay.
It makes it so they can't become invisible at all.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
Okay.
Fergus is in Naptown.
So is Throne.
Sleepy Town.
All right. The left shoulder cannon is going to fire all 6 scorching rays at Freya. So I'll just do this at advantage so I can click it 3 times.
Would she still? Okay, yeah. Would she still be under the dodge effect?
Yes, that's a good call. Okay, so look at the lower ones of those ones.
So what?
13 would miss because
13, 20, 17.
Those all miss.
Okay, now here's 3 more.
Well, that poltergeist upgrade you got on your suit helps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Miss.
Withering away of scorching rays.
Just call me Jarvis.
Yeah. Nulgrim is still in Naptown, though.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
All right, let's see if its cannon recharges.
You know, maybe Greg had something when he thought about Soul's control and battle suits.
Going to stomp over here, stand right in front of Taskell. Gonna raise up its metallic fist, not the one with the cannon, and it is going to bring it down in an attack called Unerring Slam. It always hits, and it always does exactly 60 force damage.
Holy fuck.
By the way, I did not write that. That was from Wizards of the Coast. The good news is its multi-attack explicitly says it has to target 2 different creatures, so it does not get a follow-up attack.
But now everyone's awake to see this destruction.
Now everyone's awake as you see Taskell, the impenetrable wall, get completely rocked.
Ignis stands up. Probably calls out what stage are we on because she can barely think.
Cold.
Yep. So
Cold.
she will cast Chromatic Orb and fail.
Well, does she have advantage because of Branding Smite?
No, that just makes it so it's visible.
Yeah, I was
It's
wrong.
invisible.
Oh,
So,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Chromatic
Gotcha.
Orb will whiff.
You can drink a potion as a bonus action, right?
Yes, that's my house rule.
Okay, so she's gonna drink one of those.
Okay.
But that will be her turn.
All right.
Oh, fuck.
The shoulder cannon are threat analysis is the cannon used by Thrum, and so it'll fire a witch bolt at Thrum. 22 to hit.
Hits.
So that's 38 lightning damage. And then it is going to maintain the witch bolt spell.
Just so you know, for Witch Bolt, it doesn't take that damage every turn after this. Witch Bolt only does the extra damage for the first attack.
Yeah.
I always fucking get that wrong, so that's why I only bring it up. Because it's a weird spell like that where it only affects it the first time, but then you can keep it and do the smaller damage. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah,
sorry.
it only does 1d12 lightning damage after each one, so it's significantly smaller after the first hit.
Oh yeah, but it's super good at early levels.
Oh yeah. Now it is Taskell's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Save yourself.
This cure is only 3d8 5 to people.
What's the biggest heal you've got?
The actual heal spell.
There you go.
Yeah, 70 hit points will probably be needed for you right now.
Yeah.
We believe in you, Taskell. It is your task to kill.
Yeah, but we still need cold and force damage. So
You got any cold cleric of the forge?
would be nice to have a quench spell, but
Oh no,
Just
if
go
only
ahead.
there was any gods of destruction you could have made a deal with.
I know, right? Sadly, none of those were available.
Called all their numbers, no end.
Goddamn imposters. Scam calls.
Well, I'm gonna just stand my ground and get the weapon up for when the cold hits.
Yeah, you can stand your ground. It's literally coming right for you.
Mhm.
All right, Freya.
All right. Do I have anything that can do cold at all? I
Doesn't
don't.
one of the cannons you installed?
Fergus says the alchemy thing.
If you have 2 cannons, then the second one.
Yeah,
can fire
if I'm
all
awake,
together.
I would tell you to prepare something forceful after I can hopefully hit
Yeah.
it.
You're
There
awake.
There were 2 cannons total, right? So that means I have 1 and you have.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
but I
thought
also I have a potion I made that can freeze. So
Are you able to charge your force projection cannon?
Well, yeah. Let me roll for that real quick. So it doesn't recharge this round.
Are you able to spend any sort of action economy to give it another shot?
and just
I-
have it prepared for after I do cold. So I think you can use a spell slot to recharge it, and then you can hold
Yeah.
action until.
sacrifice a lot to recharge it, but I'm looking at my options here, guys. Just give me.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're not trying to pressure you.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, when I was designing this boss fight, I realized as I was listening to stuff, this is basically like a heist movie, but as a combat. You have to have the
Yeah,
plan
like
to get.
everything off has to go off in order.
Because
Yeah.
then the armor's down, and then we can still continue the fight.
Mhm.
All right. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to conduct a field repair on my suit. Plus 5. To heal it for 13. Thank you, 9th level mechanized mastery. Bring up to 74 hit points on the suit. That is an action, so I can only move now. Let's actually get a little bit further away from everyone else and move to the edge of the bridge here.
Are you able to stay within 30 of him? Yeah, that's good. All right.
Or within 30 of them.
Yep.
He was only able to get up the 6'1" just barely, so I want to get.
Nope, makes sense.
And that's my turn.
All right, Fergus.
Okay, pulling out that flask of cold. I am going to use the steady aim rogue feature to sacrifice my movement and bonus action to get advantage on this chuck.
All right. Let me see it.
I'm just going to use my dagger attack just because it's just the same ace thing to hit.
All good.
24.
That'll hit.
This is little vial just floats into the air and just splashes across it and begins to freeze.
Do you get sneak attack with it being at advantage?
It won't go through.
It will not matter.
Oh, okay.
I still only at 3d6 sneak, so
I gotcha.
We researched this beforehand. It has a damage threshold of 50. You need to do 50
yeah,
damage in one swing.
I forgot about the DR, but I guess still out of curiosity, would it have?
No.
No. Okay.
I mean, it would have sneak attacked, but it
okay. Yeah, that's what I was curious about. Just if that applies to.
Yeah, as long as I have advantage or there's an ally engaged with it.
Gotcha.
But unless there's a bonus action you want to do.
No, I had to sacrifice my bonus to get advantage. You have to sacrifice. That's the trade-off for that ability.
Gotcha.
You get rid of your bonus and your movement, but you get advantage on the attack.
Got it. So then it's Thrum. It's got its cold, so it just needs force now.
Which is the one thing I don't have. I didn't have radiant or force. So would true mithril penetrate it?
No.
No.
And let's not risk resetting the combo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can always
defensive
hold
posture. Yeah, either hold action or dodge.
You can also use the help action for if you need to aid someone's attack or aid someone's defenses to make it harder for them to hit.
So we talked about this at length. Who has force damage?
Freya.
And Taskell.
and Taskell, because this little thing is force, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Pilgrims
here we
are
go.
next up using Freya's arsenal.
So it didn't say anything about him being immune to grapple.
Correct.
All right. Bonus action, he's going to enter his rage, and he's going to roll up here, and he is going to try and whip a bitch.
All right.
Hold on, let me get this stuff in. He does not count as a dwarf.
No,
You don't know
definitely
that.
not.
You don't know what he
is
identifies as.
Amen.
firmly in the golem territory.
I mean, what is a golem but a newly built dwarf?
All right, so this is an opposed. A 30.
All
He's got
right.
advantage because he's raging.
He's pretty brawny. 33.
33. Yep, he does not make it. So no grapple. But with his regular action, can he give? He would have normally 10-foot reach. Can he aid Taskell's defense? Not that it matters because he bypasses all defensive measures.
Yeah, you can't aid his defense, but you could give him advantage on his spiritual weapon attack.
All right, I'll do that. I'll give him advantage, distracting him with the chains whipping around.
All right. Spell, shoulder cannon. Left. Yeah, let's see here. It is going to fire. Yeah, let's just do some scorching rays against Thrum and Taskell. All right, so 3 against Thrum. 1, 2, 3.
2 hit.
Just a nice 17 fire damage.
At least
But
he's resistant.
He's resistant from his armor, yeah.
Yep. And then against Taskell. 1, 2, 3. 25 might hit.
Yeah.
9 fire damage.
I think he's also resistant to fire.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's a lot of fire resistance in this party.
Okay, you're resistant to fire. I was going to say, remember the shield spell item you have.
Nolgrim will go ahead and resume the spiritual defense and take the dodge action.
I thought you could fire his force cannon, or was that?
Yeah.
Oh, I can. Oh, I didn't think that was charged.
I thought he had a couple cannons that did force. Am I not remembering right?
Also,
what about the mortars?
The mortars are fire damage.
Yeah.
Can you expend a spell slot to recharge the force cannon?
It is recharged.
Yeah.
Those abilities that the mortars have, just so everyone knows.
So, is your cannon charged and ready to fire?
No.
Oh,
okay.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
All right, then, yeah, I'll take the dodge action.
Okay. It's going to step over here. And then here, it ignores difficult terrain, and it is going to wallop Fergus.
Yeah, I'm going to uncanny dodge to take half of that because reasons.
And then wallop Taskell.
I get pushed up to 5 feet away.
All right, but that's its turn. Ignis.
Does she not have magic missile by chance?
She does not.
Dang.
I was looking at chromatic orb, but one thing it can't do is force.
Yeah.
So, trying to think of what I could have her do. Give me 1 second.
Chico is ready an attack.
Can she heal?
She's a sorcerer. She already healed herself with the 1 potion she had. Sorry.
Ooh, I don't know. You can. I mean, the turn's over. It would have been good to remember at the time, but I guess technically there is the passenger turret also does force damage.
Yeah, I knew we had another turret.
Oh.
But I didn't think about it because Iago.
Yeah, Iago's in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's probably not having a great time right now.
Thinking about it now, you probably could have fired that, but
She'll just take the dodge action and step a little bit back because she doesn't really have anything she can really contribute right now.
All right. Shoulder cannon R is going to maintain its witch bolt and just zap thrum for 1d12 lightning damage. 7.
Yep. And his temporary hit points are down.
And now it is Taskell.
He's going to save that with the reaction.
Yeah. Bonus action. I guess I have advantage on this.
Mm-hmm. That'll hit.
3. Might as well not even roll damage. Because
Yeah.
unless-
As the spiritual weapon hits, the chemical reaction of the elements upon its armor interact, and there's a bubbling, hissing sound as this sort of lifeless gray seems to spread like a mold over the black metal armor, as there's this crumbling sound as it begins to dust and fall away. Its damage threshold is gone.
Woo!
That's a
Do
shame.
it to everything we've got.
And now it destroys us.
I'm gonna drink deeply of this stein of Fabamat because
Just holds up a finger to the
This
golem.
is
1
it.
second.
this is pain.
Hold on. Let me finish this drink.
So yeah, I can use pretty much all the charges in one go. 6, 12.
Oh, wow.
70.
Fuck heal. Grog.
Jesus Christ, that was a drink?
That was
Oh,
all of
wait,
the
2d4.
drink.
That was fucking awesome.
Mm.
And sec, gotta redo it. It's 2d4. I did 2d12, 2d8.
I was
Still,
gonna say that seemed really high. That's
Nobody
fantastic.
noticed.
I mean, that's still not bad.
Still
We still believe
in
in
danger zone for walloping.
Danger zone.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure you still have a
That's such
movement, though. Yeah.
Such I'm a retreat a little bit.
All right. Freya.
all right. First, the cannon doesn't charge this round, so I am going to. What is it? The bonus action to use a spell to recharge it? Or?
I believe so, yes.
All right, I'll use a bonus action to. Was it just a first level spell or higher?
Mhm.
Yes, unjam. Expend a slot of first level spell or higher. Let me see my spell list. I have the spells. Oh, I've used a lot of my first level spells so far. You know, my third level spells actually aren't that useful to me, so I'm gonna actually expend a third level spell, or a second level spell. Actually, is what I mean. My second level spell's not that useful to me.
All right.
Spending a second level spell to recharge the cannon, but I'm actually gonna leave that open for Nolgrim to shoot. I'm gonna have Iago fire his turret, but
Whiff.
he missed.
Unfortunately. That's a natural one.
That is a natural one, in fact. In which case, I am going to do one more field repair before actually opening up on this guy. Or actually, yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
We're dying.
Hey, look.
Although I can't see your suit's hit points. I've
It's
gotta
the
be-
blue bar.
Look,
All right.
the thing is, if this suit goes down, what happens to me?
Fergus.
I'm gonna move away from this thing. Does it have reactions right now?
It does, but it does not have reach.
Okay. Well, definitely getting at least a little bit of distance. I am going to bonus action Hunter's Market.
Yep.
Actually, hold on. Let me check something. Actually, I'm going to use my bonus action to do my insightful fighting. So it has to make a deception check against my insight.
Okay. $14.
Okay, so I can get sneak attack on it even if there's no one in range of it.
Gotcha.
And then I will fire upon it. 25 for I think that's 22 points of damage.
Overboard takes that damage.
Second shot. 17.
Hit.
11. And I will accent surge and fire 2 more times.
Yep. Hit.
13.
Hit.
And 7.
All of those attacks hit. All of them did full damage. It does not look super hurt.
Yeah. Had a feeling.
But with the armor broken, there's a chance we can, retreat and regroup.
Thrum.
All right, Thrum is going to. It's a single action to fire the cannon for him. Is that correct? Since he's
Correct.
large at the beginning of
Yes.
the round. All right, he's going to shoot it with the lightning shot, which would do. He'd have disadvantage on the save if it's wearing metal armor.
It is metal, so it definitely would have disadvantage.
All right. It's just got static numbers in here with the DC 15. Do I still
60-10 lightning damage.
do I still roll the 6d10?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
That's what 5e does. They kind of put an average number to make it easier for DMs if they don't want to have to roll right at the
Well,
moment.
he definitely fails. So 25 damage from one attack. He's going to bonus action, try and grapple this bitch
All right.
with his chains. So this is opposed. I'm going to use luck to re-roll one of those,
All right.
if you let me.
Looks like you're going to have to get a natural 20 or something, though.
Not impossible.
Well, I'd said it before he had hit the button.
Yeah.
All right, so misses that. He's going to take a step up, 5-foot step, and he's going to use his second attack. Wait, is it an action with the cannon or an
It's
attack?
an action. It's an action with the cannon, not an attack.
So he doesn't get his second normal attack, right?
Correct.
All right. He is done with his round.
All right.
Just so you know, Gombo, if it does move, he's going to use his reaction to provoke an attack with his brace ability.
Good to know. All right. Shoulder cannon L. Remember correctly? Yeah. It is going to use its action to cast a 6th level dispel magic on the spiritual weapon.
And Ignis is going to try to counterspell that. It's a higher spell that she has using, but she has to roll a DC.
It's level 6. So
Spellcasting ability equal to 10 plus the spell level, so 16 she has to make.
Mhm.
She hasn't used any of her higher level spell slots, might as well.
yeah, might as well.
Let's see.
I was going to recast with a higher level spell slot if it succeeded, but all right.
I mean, if that's what I already said I'm going to do it, so that will counterspell it.
Yep, counterspelled the dispel magic. That's the cannon's turn. Nolgrim.
Nolgrim will use his action to give Freya the chance to fire her shot and add +4 to the damage. So you could fire your cannon as an immediate action. Ooh.
That attack is cursed. I swear to God.
Yeah. Like the bonus is good and everything.
I know.
All right, that's all I can do.
All right. Sucker is going to amble up here. Go ahead and get your attack thrum.
Yep, I'm trying to grapple him with my hand.
That might succeed.
28.
It does.
Got him. So would he be stuck 5 feet back, or
Yes, he
does
would.
he make?
Because he got reach. He does not.
Yes.
So that
Fucking
does
A.
effectively nullify his attack. For now.
For now.
Ignis.
Does he take that damage? Does that bypass his threshold?
Well, he
Also-
doesn't have the threshold anymore, so yeah. he
Okay,
does.
and
I
for
forgot.
using that ability, he gets 6 more, so it'd be 14, 20 damage.
All right. You're chipping away at him.
So Ignis is going to do Wall of Fire.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to show you like the wall direction, basically like this,
Mhm.
with the fire pointing like these directions on him.
Clever.
So he'll have to take the dexterity right now, and he'll take the damage. But if he moves through it, he'll also take the damage. So that'll fail. So 5d8 fire damage. So, womp womp. 14 damage, but still scoreboard.
Yep. Every little bit helps.
And she'll just step a little bit farther back.
Yeah.
But he'll also take the damage every time he stays in that area as well. So,
Mhm.
and I put it in a way where it shouldn't hit anyone else unless they try to get in that area.
All right. Right shoulder cannon is going to refocus on Thrum and fire 10 magic missiles directly at him.
Oof. Those are force damage, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Should I counterspell this again, guys? Because she got her reactions back.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And it
probably
fails.
better.
Yeah, but will it
It
just
is six. It's 6th level, so I don't think that'll.
No,
No.
you have to roll if it's higher than the spell level you're casting counterspell.
Mhm.
And if it's 6th level, she would have had to get a 16 with a +5 on that roll. So
So
swing and a
That's
miss.
42 force damage against Thrum.
all right? Good news, it's only 39 because he hadn't been hit yet this round. In his big form, he gets after Fergus, your temporary hit points are gone. Every round, he gets 3 more for himself.
Okay, whatever helps, right?
Yeah.
And that is Taskell.
Yeah. Don't want to run up under it anyway, but I had an idea, well, between turns, maybe trying to use Stone Shape to get its foot stuck in the bridge, but Stone Shape kind of sucks in this edition.
It does.
Aside from being a touch range spell. So, I think what
Can you push him in the lava?
Turn the bridge into a ramp.
what I will do is cast Flame Strike. I guess he's huge enough that it doesn't really matter if I can't really hit anyone else by casting it under him. DC 17, I think reflex.
Sure how I know how this will go.
Nope.
Wow.
But it still takes half damage, doesn't it?
I believe so.
Half as much as a successful save, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that is, let's see, 25. So it would take 13.
Well, with a whopping +1, what were you expecting?
And spiritual
That'll hit.
weapon, I imagine hits for another 13. And that's everything but the move, and I think I'm in a good spot at the moment. At the
I
very
will say,
least.
I have to commend you guys. It does have a passive ability called Adaptive Defense that Taskell researched, where it becomes immune to the last damage type it's hit with. But so far, you guys have not repeated a single damage type 2 in a row by sheer coincidence.
Mhm.
I'd completely forgotten about that.
Yeah. I wanted to create a giant killer robot that would make you believe that this killed an entire city by itself.
Job done with just that first opening volley of
Yeah.
Knock us
take 45
unconscious.
damage, everybody.
All humans die.
Hmm.
And need that it
All
works up to die.
The specific hoops to actually be able to damage it.
First, it recharges. That's great.
Excellent.
Leave that full Milgram to fire. I'm instead going to fire the runic bombard here.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the radius, it only affects the giant there.
All right.
I should ask while he's rolling that. Are the shoulders separate attack or damages, or is it still part of the same unit in terms of hit points and
You
stuff?
said we could target those separately, right?
They have their own pools of hit points.
Okay, so they should have taken that. I think 18 from that wall of fire as well. Then.
Okay, good point.
Yeah, and the
And the
flame strike
bombard
too.
and flame strike.
Okay, hold on. So let me. So 18 from the wall of fire, and then it is going to be a 13 from the flame strike, and then 19 from the bombard. So just give me a second here.
Also,
Sorry, I figured we should probably bring it up.
Yeah, no, that's smart. Thank you for reminding me.
yeah, Thrum's
Yeah, I mean,
cold
they've
cannon.
been painful, but
Yeah, how much was the cold cannon damage?
I'm scrolling back up.
that was before.
25.
25. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, because that can make or break us at this point. Did anyone else hit him with the cannon?
Not one
Not
that
since the
Shields
DR
are
has been dropped.
Okay.
Okay. Both of the cannons are still functional, but I have updated their health. And then it takes the main body takes 19. Then did you want Iago to shoot?
I would say yeah.
Michael?
Yeah, man.
Forgot. Battlesuit.
You should have him target the shoulder unit and see if we can't drop one of them.
All right. Target the same shoulder the others have been targeting.
They that was just area effect,
Yeah,
so
it's
left or
all
right.
lanes.
I'll tell you they're exactly equal damaged. So
All right. I will attack the left because left-handed people.
all right. Work of Satan, I hear her.
Don't analyze that closely.
Okay. That'll hit and that'll deal damage to the left one. Still functional.
As a left-handed person, I feel I should be offended, but I don't care.
All right. Is that your turn, Freya?
Yep, even more than I thought it was.
All right. Fergus.
So it's not a use of it that I would normally use, but I have the Hunter's Eye ability and lets me discern different things.
Mhm.
Can I see could I use it like on that left shoulder cannon and see how damaged it is by chance? And I can see if like it would be considered like bloody, like half health, or would it be considered?
Yeah, that's a bonus action, right?
Yeah.
It is below half health. It's in its last eighth of health.
Okay, so I'm gonna focus on the left shoulder cannon. If the first attack does knock it down for whatever reason,
All right.
it will. I'll swing to the next shoulder cannon.
Gotcha.
So first attack.
On that
23?
note, what are
That'll hit.
you at from? I can't see your bars.
19. It is still functional.
Okay, second shot
That'll hit.
for 7 more.
Still functional.
Okay. Okay, I would let people know that the left shoulder cannon is rather weakened, so we probably should focus our fire.
I will say for those of you in close range, since it's way up 60 feet in the air, you will need ranged attacks to hit it up there.
Yeah.
Thrum, you're grappling it.
All right, Thumb's just gonna start punching this thing in the knees.
Does it take fire damage on Fergus's turn or on its turn?
On the start of its turn, if it's in range of it, it's going to take the damage. So.
All right.
All right, let me think about this. He's got it grappled. He's got his shards. He's got his rage damage. All right, yeah, he is going to punch this thing in the knee.
That'll hit.
All right. Once per round with a bludgeoning damage per the crusher feat, he can knock it back 5 feet.
Okay.
That would still be within range of his 15 feet chains.
Mm.
If you're cool with that,
Yep.
he's gonna move up another 5 feet. I guess knock it back towards that wall. Would that bump it into the fire?
That would
Yeah.
be where the fire is on that layer, so it would take the damage by going through it.
Yes, correct. Mundo.
Without a save too. That's 24 more points of fire damage. I'm not sure if it would apply to the shoulder cannons because they're higher up, and this is only a 20
Probably not.
tall wall.
Yeah, not the shoulder cannons, but
Yeah.
All right, he's gonna punch it one more time.
that'll hit.
And then I'm going to forego the bonus action because I don't want the change to let go of him. So, do I have any other bonus actions? I'm going to detect whether there are any dwarves or drow within the area.
That takes 10 minutes. So I will let you know, with that brutal assault unleashed by Thrum and pushing it into the fire, it is bloodied.
Right.
Mhm.
All Fergus is thinking, like, if we kill this thing, I'm gonna have such the worst dreams tomorrow night.
That'll be his. Can you bonus dodge, or is that just rogues?
That's just monks.
That's just monks, yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else I can do with the bonus action?
If you got a potion.
Potions,
Oh,
cry.
fuck yeah. Drink a goddamn potion. Let me make sure I got a potion.
Also crying.
Potion of healing.
Is acceptable.
I think crying's a free action.
2d4
Not-
plus 2.
Not in my America.
Now, weeping. That's a bonus
Second potion this combat has been rolling for 4.
Got a little stale, did they?
Yeah, a little
We
bit.
haven't used them in forever. All right.
Oh shit,
So-
this expired 3 years ago. Fuck.
Unfortunately, it's spell magic did not recharge, so it can't eliminate the firewall. Let's see.
No.
Oh,
Still
its
true.
magic.
Oh.
Its magic missile did recharge, however.
Also, the wall of fire only happens at the end of the turn of the Colossus.
Mhm.
Because
So-
it won't the turrets.
It is going to fire 8d4 plus 8 magic missiles or magic missile damage at Thrum, and that's going to send 2 of the missiles at Ignis.
Yep. As it
So-
should.
Thrum 24
All right.
and Ignis 8, and she has to do a concentration for each one.
I'm using my last superiority to soak some of it.
She doesn't have
Nice.
Warcaster, right? She has tough. Okay.
15 minus 3 is 15.
And she loses the spell off the first one.
All right. Bye wall.
It was fun while it lasted.
Mm-hmm. Elgrim.
All right, let Freya use her cannon.
All right.
Oh shit.
There it
is.
is.
You also add 4 to that damage.
4 to
Yeah.
each, so it's actually 8 damage. So someone calculate that up for me.
45 plus what? You said 4 more, so 49.
For 8 more, I think.
Okay, so 53.
53. Big hit.
actually damaged it before we took the armor off.
Mm-hmm.
That was a nasty cannon.
Yep. The last damage type it took was the unarmed attacks from Thrum, which
The
were
blizzard,
not,
yeah.
not forced. So you're still.
I like how
covered.
we kind of just did that on accident rather than
Yes.
intent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like that's a very in character thing for our party to do, though.
Right?
It is.
Unintentional cooperation and coordination.
I mean, that's been our party in a nutshell the entire campaign. Unplanned, uncoordinated coordination.
All right. So it is now the Colossus's turn. it is going to raise its right arm and fire the black fire cannon.
Oh no.
Okay, I will use my reaction to take half of that, 'cause
Mhm.
otherwise I'll be dead.
So where does he fire the cube?
60-foot cube.
So it hits all of us. Actually, that might hit. It might have to omit me
Yep.
or Freya.
Yeah.
Then it will omit Freya and Nilgrim. Or actually, no. It'll omit Fergus because you guys just hit it with that critical hit from the Hellspit volley cannon. So Fergus, you're not taking anything, but everyone else save.
Save doesn't reduce damage, right?
It does not, but it'll stop you from being knocked unconscious for 1 round.
Unless
Well,
you take the damage
I'm
and
at-
you go.
At negative 18.
Okay, so
So you're at
Drum is,
0. Yeah.
Drum is doing death saves.
Ignis is just down, so I'm not going to really bother rolling for.
Mhm.
When you were like, it hits all of us, I was like, I specifically moved so that this attack.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well spotted. Thank you for pointing that out. That's important. All right. Ignis is unconscious.
I'll make a death save for her. Because if she gets a natural 20, she'll wake up.
Yep.
Nope, but she does have 1 success.
All right. Let's see here. All right. Right shoulder cannon is going to fire 6 scorching rays at Freya. All right.
Miss.
Mm,
Miss.
All right.
I think
I think only the natural 20 hit because that's 6 attacks. I just rolled an advantage for expediency.
Okay. That 24 would hit, but I'm gonna go ahead and cast shield.
All right. Fair enough. So that would just be 13 fire damage. Not the
Okay.
worst. Pascal, you unconscious?
Yep. Rolled a 12.
All right. Freya.
Oh yeah. I thought you were like unconscious. I got 0.
3.
Come on. Okay. I'm expending another spell slot to recharge, and then I'm firing another mortar. So.
All right.
Just know that Nolgrim is unconscious.
Oh, okay. You're unconscious.
Yeah, I got a 60 on that. We'll save.
You weren't hit by it though.
Oh, I wasn't?
No, you're out of the. You and Freya were out of the area from. Oh, he's all right. I'm sorry. Fergus
Yeah,
was
you
out.
shifted it to us.
Listen, I have only 1 brain.
I get it. I get it.
And you have 5.
No, we get it. We get it. I'm just
Mm.
making sure.
Yep.
So, yeah, Nolgrim is unconscious.
But we are only 1 penis and you have 5.
What?
Well, that's unfortunate. Not
Wow.
going, in that case, I'm not going to expend the spell to bring that back. I'm just going to fire the mortar.
Okay. Dexterity save. It's gonna take.
Because the last damage type done was not fire, right?
I don't believe so. I think it was the last one we hit it with was the force damage.
It was your
Yeah.
cannon, I think.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the force.
Yeah.
So you're good.
Okay.
17. So it might take half of this. Yeah, it'll.
That was the wrong one. This is the one.
Okay. Yeah,
The-
it'll take half of the runic bombard damage.
5.
That's shared among the shoulders too, right? The
Correct.
cannons.
Hopefully it'll at least take care of one of those damn
That's
things.
8 damage or 9 damage. Oh shoot. Oh crap. Hold on. Do you know if there's a way to control Z what you just edited health to?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Crap. Because I accidentally hit =9 and it changed his health to =9.
I just
Hey.
give you.
You said it was bloodied before, so it's at least at half. So
Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, okay, there we go. All right, so -9. Okay, there we go. I think that's where I was at. The turret will miss, unfortunately. But good news. The left shoulder cannon is destroyed.
So,
Fergus.
Okay. Taskell's unconscious. Freya.
Not sure how much longer the suit's gonna be up.
Yeah. Without having to use the bonus action, just looking at it, how does it look like it's really banged up at this point, or?
It is below half health, but it still has fight in it.
Okay, that's one of my questions I was going to ask. So
its right shoulder cannon looks seriously banged up, though.
Yeah. So I'm going to step here, and I'm going to use my action to give a potion to Thrum to wake him up.
Got it.
So I'll roll the healing. So you're at 9 hit points, Thrum, and you're awake.
So even though I went to negative 18?
You go to 0 in 5e.
Yeah, correct.
Oh, well, that helps a hell of a lot. Would I have lost my size?
I think you only lose your rage, and this, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't. It's just a bonus. Nah, let's just not sweat it. You're still big.
Okay.
And you're up next.
Yeah, this thing is sizable anyway.
I'm going to float out there at this point to the rest of the group. Should we try a tactical retreat?
Well, that's why I'm getting him up, just in case. I'm going to do that. I'm going to use the rest of my movement to get to here. And just because I'm going to throw Hunter's Eye on the big guy.
All right.
The Hunter's Mark spell, really.
All right. It'll automatically use its reaction to counterspell Hunter's Mark.
Fair enough. So
Are we retreating?
Thrum, you're up.
Are we retreating?
We're almost dead, so probably.
You still get a few swings in before you back up. See if you could show him partway into the lava.
Yeah, because he doesn't have reach on
Have him teeter over the edge.
He can attack and then move.
Yeah, he can do his bonus action, whip the chains at him. That counts as a bludgeoning.
Can you try to sweep his leg under the lip of that curb right there to trip him up while you get away?
Well,
shove action to push him off the bridge.
Yeah, you could try to do a shove action. You have reach.
And you have advantage on, if you're raging, you have advantage on the athletics to try to push him.
But I'm not raging. I died, so I would have lost
you
my
stood
rage.
up, you can do a rage again. You've only done it once today.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I do that, I don't get away. Yep, he's gonna rage.
It's one of those. It's one of those things that you kind of have to weigh the options. That we were just giving you that option.
Yep, your call.
I mean, if y'all are gonna stick around and fight, he'll go for.
It sounds like it's a tactical retreat, so you may want to plan to pull back.
Yeah.
So give me a perception real quick. On a 14 perception, since you're the closest to it, you see where the battle damage has kind of cracked into the runic interior of this golem. And you see small little pools of that black iron metal, kind of more the consistency of liquid mercury. And they're kind of trembling and starting to move around and pull towards each other like Terminator 2 style.
Yep, it's reforging itself.
Yeah, it's not actively healing during combat, but if you run away, it is going to start pulling itself back together and reinstating its armor and turrets.
It's now or never, fellas.
Do it then. Try to shove it.
All right. Yep.
He's gonna bonus action go into a rage.
Into the fire.
We'll push it into the lava.
With the first attack, he is going to, at advantage, try and... You know what? He's just going to try and punch it, because that'll push it back, right? Would 5 feet put him in the lava, or does he need 10 feet?
5 feet will do it. He'll get a save to see if he can grab the lip, but yeah.
Right.
You can always step forward and punch him again if it happens.
Yep, and I've still got 2 lucky die. So, first punch.
That'll hit.
All right. With Crusher, every round he gets pushed back on one hit 5 feet. So that would knock him back 5.
All right.
See if he grabs.
Oh, wait, yeah, sorry. I mismeasured. You will have to hit him one more time to push him in.
Ah, shit. All
Because
right.
he is large. But
Well,
you can step
5
up, you
feet.
can hit him.
Yep. One more punch.
That'll hit. He is immune to that second round of damage. Oh, no, sorry. I forget. It sounds at the end. I read my own notes. Don't worry. I read good. I've gone
No,
through this.
I feel the pain, Gombo. You don't have to even defend it.
He is pushed into the lava.
I read good.
So let me roll. It was 12 D8.
And he makes that at the end of his rounds, so I don't think he's going to be able to get out of the lava next round, hopefully. Unless he has flight capabilities, I
But
guess.
it is fire damage.
Is he immune to fire?
Well, he will be next round.
He
Oh,
will
yeah.
Will be next round.
That's
But
Mulberg
that
gets
is
to him.
Gird your loins.
that is sizable damage. He is not prone because you see he's actually standing in the lava pool and he's at like shoulder height with the bridge like a video game boss.
Nice.
But Thrum getting up, just heroically throwing himself with the 1-2 punches. Kaiju battling this guy.
So I think it's good to establish right now, while it's in the lava, is it just immune to fire and that
Yeah.
ability
It'll just be immune to fire.
until it gets
But
out?
some of us have range, though, so if I can hit it, it's no longer immune to fire.
No, that's
Is
what
this
that's
still
what
the turn where I'm stunned? I can't
Yes,
quite
it
recall.
is.
It is, okay. Then
Until the
it's
end
my
of his turn.
Oh, yeah, it gets its turn right here.
So that's exactly what I'm asking. Is
It'll
in-
be passively immune to fire until it gets out because its internal rune like AI is smart enough to know that 12d8 is going to be bigger than whatever arrows Fergus is flinging at it. So
it's but also that ability, other than that it's immune to fire, is basically disabled until it gets out.
correct.
Mm.
It's a nice little workaround for that ability. All right, so I'm going to roll this in front of the board because this could literally make or break the encounter for you guys. Is the recharge of its Blackfire cannon. On a 5 or 6, it'll recharge and it'll be able to shoot it. Anything else, it does not get to shoot it, and you guys get to lay into it.
What's the reach on that weapon, though?
I've got a 15-foot reach. I am going to use my brace ability again if he makes it up.
I'm just rolling for the cannon right now.
Okay.
So
We're all panicked.
I'm terrified.
Oh, shit.
Fuck.
We're in
Well, I got my
danger.
shot before he
I
gets
was going to say, I think everyone but Freya is going to go down from this.
You're afraid of Fergus.
Well, wait. Can I hit him one time before he gets
No,
up?
he's in the fire.
He's in the fire. He hasn't moved.
He's way below us.
Remember,
Oh,
I said
he's
You're
launching
at shoulder
this up
height
with
for the
his cannon.
thing,
he's
but
standing.
also-
He's standing in the lava, and he's at shoulder height because he's 60 feet tall. So he is literally going to lift up his arm, set it on the lip of the bridge, and
Gotcha.
go kaboom.
Does he have to have a line of sight? Please.
He does.
He does have
He
line of
is.
sight.
He's
Oh
He's-
no.
So I guess
who's
the
he
question if he's targeting me or Freya. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think we're far enough apart.
Hmm.
Who does he find the bigger threat?
You know what? Let's do another. We're gonna do a 1d2 coin flip. 1 Freya, 2 Fergus. Fergus is getting hit.
Yep, and I will a reaction to not go under 0 from this, but
So kaboom. All right, so
So we all go to 0.
those of you who are
45 points of necrotic damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me find my Dungeon Master's Guide because this is the first time this campaign this is going to be relevant. Because in my house rules, we'll resolve it at the end of the encounter.
oh shit, I'm awake.
Wait, how?
He got a 21
Oh,
on his
nice.
save. He's not knocked
Nice.
unconscious.
Very nice.
How do you avoid the damage?
You
I
don't-
have
don't.
uncanny dodge. If I take damage, I can use my reaction to take half of it instead.
Oh yeah, that. You could do
Gotcha.
that. I'll
That's how I'm
find it.
setting it up.
But after the encounter, everyone who's gone down to do death saving throws twice. Note it down because you will be getting a lingering injury after the encounter.
Oh yeah.
Last time I had this happen in my other game, a character lost an eye. So.
Ignis takes a death save because she's already on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which,
Let me roll her death save. Just enough to succeed one.
yep.
Actually, no, she takes damage while she's unconscious. She takes 2 save failures. I
No,
forgot
no,
about
that's only for a melee attack.
Only for melee attack.
that. Okay, good to know. Sorry, I forgot about
Yep.
that. That could have been a lot more
Yeah,
terrifying.
yeah, that makes a huge difference.
The right shoulder cannon is the one that is still concentrating on the witch bolt on Thrum. So it's gonna zap him for a D12, which makes him automatically fail one of his death saves.
Ooh. So I click one of these failures.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Taskell.
Oof, that's a failure. Me and Freya in a dream. Oh, and Nolgrim too.
And oh yeah, and Nogum too.
He's the dream.
Freya.
Come on.
That weapon is cursed. I
Yeah.
swear to God.
All right, I'm going to spend another spell to just recharge this fucking weapon again. Even though this guy can just roll, 3 turns in a row to get to their fucking charge.
That's why I did it in front of the board for this
Yep.
round, just to make it like 100% clear.
Yeah, this thing's looking, I imagine, pretty rough though.
Oh, it's in the double digits of its health.
So, okay. First shot with the volley cannon.
Hmm.
Okay.
Wait, volley cannon? Like the mortar?
fire damage one.
Don't do that one.
No, the volley cannon that does force damage.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I got lots of cannons, guys.
Cannons for days. Bitches love cannons.
And he's well within range, so should I try and take out the cannon or the main?
At this point, if we can't get rid of him, I
Take
don't
out
think we
the
have to worry
main.
about the cannon.
Yeah.
All my attacks are gonna be on the main guy. First one, please hit. Oh, it's a 13.
That will unfortunately whiff. It's so close.
Man, I hate this weapon so much. It's
His,
so
his AC is 15, just so as you know. Like, it's good, but not impossibly high, especially at this level.
But that is what did I roll? A 6. So
yeah.
that is a 6. Okay, well, fuck. Hit him, Iago.
Oh, yeah, that'll definitely hit.
Yes. That's force.
Yeah. And then is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right. So before your turn, as the final damage hits into him, there's like a woo, woo siren sound as all these red runes across its entire body light up. And there's suddenly an explosion of force and necrotic energy and like a field around it. This is called its Decimation Edict. When it gets low on health, it just like forms a 10-foot aura around it that just says "fuck you," but no one's close enough, so it's just pulling away the bridge.
Oh, that's good.
It's
So
got
like
a self-destruct button.
It's pulling at the bridge. What's it doing?
No, it's literally a aura of destruction as it's like trying to self-repair. And it would have done 20 points of force and necrotic to anything within that area. So,
Gotcha.
and it's just like a passive destruction field, but
Mm.
no one's in that area. So, Fergus,
Okay, first, before I do anything else, bonus action, second wind.
smart.
So D10 plus 6, so that's 12 hit points. I'll take whatever I can get. That's just enough above, so if it gets its cannon back, I can survive it.
Mhm.
So I'm going to fire at it. I have Hunter's Mark on. I have Sneak Attack on it because it failed my Insightful Fighting.
Didn't it counterspell your Hunter's Mark?
Oh, it did. I don't have that. Fuck. Still, I have Sneak Attack if I hit.
Yes, correct.
And then I'm trying to double check anything else. Nope. So Hornbow, first attack, 20.
Yeah.
So that is 21 points of damage.
All right.
And I will fire again
That'll hit.
for 11 points of damage.
Okay.
And
Oh, go ahead.
No, you got.
No, you finish your turn.
I was just saying I don't think I have anything else I can do right now. We're just double checking because I already used my action surge. Nope, that's all I can do.
All right. It is sparking. There is this black liquid metal leaking from it in multiple dents and battered spots. It is on the fringes. It's surrounded in this crackling necrotic force energy that's destroying the bridge. Thrum, death saving throw.
Yep.
Get
What do
a
I hit?
natural 20 and stand up.
If you get a natural 1, you die though.
Yep.
I just push this button that says death saves.
Correct.
You can, yes.
It's also just a flat D20, so
Hey,
that's
Okay.
one success.
1 success. You're still down, but you're not dead. All right.
Pilgrim.
Pilgrim.
Bonus action, Nolgrim's going to jump into the armor that's strapped to the suit and animate that, and then fly this way, and then busting out his pick or frostbrands, just take 2 attacks against him.
Okay.
First
Alright, and
attack,
Second attack.
second attack. Let me see. Yeah. I'll go ahead and re-roll the damage dice for that 7, see if I could get a bit higher.
Sure.
So that would be 9 for instead of 7 for that second attack. So 12 and 15 total.
So, Pilgrim, how do you kill this thing?
You kill Stealer, bitch.
I'm right. I imagine it's kind of you see the arm just kind of beginning to charge up again, and kind of seeing just everybody just very barely hanging in there. He just ejects effectively out of the suit, jumps in his armor, and just basically sends that pick swinging. First one kind of knocks its head to force it to the side, basically looking at him as it spins up, and then slams straight down right in the core of its temple, and hits something apparently vital as it kind of goes in there and just starts rattling around.
With a mournful Metal Gear Rex moan. Then you played Metal Gear, you know what I'm talking about. This thing lets out a cry as its joints begin to go out. The electrical impulses from its remaining cannon spark, and the lights within its internal forge flicker and go out as it smashes down into the lava, crumpling into the depths of the burning rock. And as you see, like a cloud of powder or another liquid released into a pool, just like a cloud of black begins to spread through the lava as the molten earth begins trying to dissolve the body of the horror that killed Dammerhall. As you have slain Bendrak's ultimate war machine.
So before we go on, are we going? Oh, never mind. I was going to say, are we still in turn order? Because some people are really close to death before we can act.
Oh yeah. Sorry, good point.
So at least Ignis is going to have a turn up, and if she gets a natural 1, she's dead before someone can heal her.
Okay.
I just figured we probably should keep it above board. Like
okay. I thanks for calling that out. I completely forgot. I was
no worries. Because the only ones that happened before my turn would be her and Taskell. So I figured I'd just keep that above. So
I do have a healing potion on me. That
and she's dead.
Oh fuck.
Oh, Fergus.
I mean, we do have Revivify, hopefully, but I'm not sure if he has it memorized today. I have the
But yeah.
diamonds.
She is dead. She is intact, but she is dead.
I have Revivify.
Yeah. When she is down, the first thing I would do on my turn would be to take my last potion and heal Taskell.
Okay.
So
I
he's
believe-
back up.
I believe Thrum still has one more death save he has to do.
Yep, I've got one failure and one success.
That's a failure.
All right.
But I would wake Taskell up and be like, save Thrum, and then we need to deal with Ignis fast.
Yep, I've got Revivify and 3 level 3 slots open. So.
Yep. I have a 300 gold diamond that we would need, so I have 2 actually.
Yeah, but I can drop a healing word on Thrum and then do that.
Yeah. So I just wanted to see what would happen because it's a character moment for that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Let me see. I'm just trying to find the page in here about. Let's just go to about permanent injuries because some of you have gone down twice, so you were gonna catch some stuff,
Yep.
which feels fitting after taking out such a thing.
I think Thrum's the only one who went down twice.
I feel like Ignis is probably going to get something for the whole
Oh yeah,
time.
for sure. But in terms of going down twice, I think
Yeah.
Ignis went down and stayed down.
Let's see. Uh,
It's appropriate that my natural one killed her.
places, successes.
Also, when I used the potion on Taskell, it healed another 4. These are some stale potions.
Yeah, if it matters, the first time Thrum went down, he didn't make death throws. Fergus healed him, I think.
Yeah, it's just how many times you go down.
Yep,
This
he
is just kind of.
twice.
Mhm.
I like flavor.
Yeah, let's see.
And that bitch tried to kill him while he was down, so
It was
worse.
merciless.
I need to go use the restroom real quick. So
Yep, by all means. Oh, that's madness. Where is this thing? Oh, it's sanity, fear and obsession, explosions, firearms.
All right, I'm gonna go P2.
Okay. Here we go. Lingering injuries. While we wait for him to come back, I will roll for Ignis. 8. All right. Ignis has internal injuries. Whenever you attempt an action in combat, you must perform a DC 15 Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, you lose an action and you can't use reactions until the start of your next turn. Injury heals if you receive magical healing or you spend 10 days doing nothing but resting. I'm going to remove the magical healing thing because otherwise that's kind of weak sauce.
Yeah, that's fine. She's probably going to need a good rest after this fight.
Yeah. He's earned it.
I go ahead and reduce my diamond count to the 1 instead of 2 since we're going to use that on her. Now, what the fuck happens to Throne?
Yeah, that's the question.
Oh, Nolgrim does have his gear, and among it is a healing potion.
I think we established that we're ignoring the healing part, the magical healing too.
Oh, I got you.
Otherwise, like it's so
I
weird
thought-
to me
yeah,
that just says, "Oh yeah, it can be just healed if you use a cure spell," and then there's other stuff that's like, "Yeah, you lose an entire arm, you need regeneration." I'm like, that's the exact same list. Like,
I thought you were referring to Thrum still being down. I kind of missed it.
No. They were able to get to him.
Oh, that's right. Healing word. That's right. All right.
I'm just waiting for Cope to come back.
I think it was Michael that was gone too.
Yep. But you guys managed to defeat the Colossus.
Mm-hmm.
That was a close one.
I always wanted to kill an X-Man.
Do you mind rolling a d6? I want to see if his thing would have potentially
I did.
recharged.
It was a 3.
Okay.
Thank
He was going to haul himself out of the pool. He wouldn't need to check, and then he was going to just go over and kill Thrum with an unerring slam.
Yeah.
I was playing full merciless with this
Mhm.
guy.
It makes sense.
But yeah, believe it or not, though I added stuff like the damage threshold and the shoulder cannons, this guy is almost verbatim a monster from one of the splat books.
Mhm.
Including the whole unerring slam and the cannon thing. The only thing I did to it that was changed other than the damage threshold is I took away all of its teleportation abilities that would make it impossible to get away from. Because it had stuff like teleport as a move action, hit someone twice, unavoidable damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a little much.
Wow. Yeah. That's rough.
It was supposed to be like the cosmic Terminator that the gods
Yeah.
of order set to kill people. But you see why they said you couldn't defeat Bendrak and the Colossus at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would have been really hard with even just one more adversary, even if it was just like a mid-level,
A zombie. To
Let's
like,
say
What I
everyone's
missed.
back.
What happened to Ignis?
She has internal injuries, so she'll be dealing with that for 10 days. But
Actually,
now, Thrum.
this fight would have been much more fatal if the Colossus did just have one zombie head to toe plate armor that just goes around and bites the jugulars out of the things.
Thrum,
Everything gets down.
roll me 1d20.
All right.
$16.
Can I use a luck reroll?
Sure.
I mean, we don't know what the effects are of the die.
Yeah, you can use a luck reroll, but you'll have to take the second result.
Oh. What did
I'm gonna laugh if it's worse. Are you gonna tell if it's worse combo, or are you gonna leave it?
Yeah. What did Ignis roll?
8.
He rolled, I think.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a mystery. I feel like this is one of those things that you shouldn't get to make an educated decision on.
Well, yeah. Let's just go with what we got.
All right. Festering wound. Your hit point maximum is reduced by 1 for every 24 hours as the wound persists. If your wound drops to 0, you die. The wound heals if you receive magical healing. Alternatively, I'm going to ignore the magical healing, so you need someone to perform a DC 15 Wisdom medicine check once every 24 hours. After 10 successes, it is healed.
All right. That's not too rough. That's not too unbearable.
No.
No.
Yeah, we're gonna need to take some time.
It's
before we
one
find
hit point
Bendrak,
a
though.
day, so that's right.
Yeah.
That's fine. And
Um,
for every day it succeeds, I don't take that hit point, right?
If someone else performs a wisdom
Mhm.
medicine, yes.
Okay.
And strictly speaking, lesser restro can cure diseases.
Yeah, and that can take care of it too. If you want to be not fun about it.
I will say narratively, like when everyone gets back up, like Ferguson look at everybody. We need to take an hour, get our shit together, and we need to leave here because he knows what happens here, and he will send people after us.
An hour.
We need to get ourselves together, restore what healing we can, and we need to move.
Yeah, Taskell, do you want to roll for whatever healing it was you used to get Thrum up?
I say
I think he did.
grab every.
Uh,
I
Move
say
you guys
let's
back over to the map.
that hidden door we found with the
Vampire nest.
yeah, we should go to the vampire nest and hide there.
Dwarferatu.
Yeah,
too.
Dwarfaratu.
but that's why I'm saying we probably should still take an hour because we're really hurt. Like
Mhm.
we can hide inside this forge, so even if
Yeah.
you send someone after us, we can try to sneak out. But
Yeah.
I don't think
So
we should leave
grab
right
it.
now.
Get everyone back up. Yeah.
So short rest.
Yeah.
You can
It's
use
just
up to
Ignis
how
is
many?
flat on her back on that bridge.
You can use as many hit die as you want. They only just recharge half of the total hit die at the end of a long rest.
Yeah, Ignis is just flat on her back on that bridge. Just being like, did I fucking die?
Yes, a little bit.
Don't worry. You cost 300 gold to revive, and it was a small price to pay. So let's come on, and I just pull her up. Come on, we need to get bandaged up.
Don't worry, you still look better than me.
You ever hear of the 5-second rule? It's kind of like that.
He's calling you a piece of cheese. Let's go.
All right,
She's
so go
calling
ahead.
you.
Go ahead and take your short rest then.
I think that's the first short rest in a long time where I've been knocked down to 0 and been able to use all my hit die to get right back up. Because I'm back up over 100.
-1.
The only thing that took damage actually was
-1 to hit point maximum.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of leave it right here. So if I heal back to 101 out of 138, is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. I just gotta know that my max is 138. I got that.
I'm back up to max.
I'm at 100. I'm at 83 out of 102. I'm gonna keep that because I want to restore some hit die after we do a long rest, or if we have to rest again.
We get your temps after a short too, don't we?
Do we get what?
Your temporary hit point thing.
Yes. So you all get 15 temporary hit points after a short rest as well.
Do you want to do a medicine check on Thrum while we're at it?
Does anyone have medicine?
Dasco?
Because mine's a 2.
You just gotta roll above a 15.
Mine would be a +5. So I mean,
You can all try.
Can I
believe
aid another to help the task?
You can aid, but not everyone can roll. So it's just one person, but you can do a help.
I will aid whoever rolls.
Yeah.
yeah,
So I
so that's advantage.
Yes.
All right,
Nice.
so that's 1 of the 10.
All right, so I'm gonna keep track of this over here. In STDs.
Someone keep track of Ignis's internal injuries take 10 days to heal.
So Gombo, do I lose that -1 today, or do I just not get one tomorrow?
No, it progresses until they succeed 10 times.
Okay, so it can. Oh, I gotcha. So, every day until 10 days, I'm at least gonna get a -10 to
yes,
hit points.
Correct.
Okay, that's gonna be a happy day on the last day, man. Beers for everybody.
But once we're all fighting fit-ish, we should probably start moving before he starts sending more golems after us.
How do we even treat you? You're made out of rock.
You just keep pushing more stone in the hole there, boy.
Wrong hole. Wrong hole.
Yeah. See, that's how it got infected. When he got hit so hard, a little schist fell into it.
You have any tweezers? Have you ever played? God, what was that game?
Warfaration.
Operation.
Yes.
Oh man, that's all right. This is a slight tangent, but it reminds me. There's this one guy on YouTube I like to listen to. He's a firefighter, so he does lots of like EMT and firefighter joke related skits. And he has a series called Very Short Movies that are usually just built around one word. And my favorite one is the short movie that only lasts about 45 seconds called What? And it's literally a guy on a stretcher in an ambulance freaking out. And the guy, the EMT's like, hey, don't worry. We'll get you to the hospital as soon as my partner gets back in the truck. Don't worry. We'll be on the way in no time. And then the partner gets back to the truck. Ooh, okay. I got his finger. Severed finger. We can get to the we can get to the hospital. And then the guy on the stretcher gets calm, looks at his hands. I have all 10 fingers. The guy looks down at the severed finger. What? And then it's credits.
Oh.
Just unrelated severed finger.
I thought that was going to be a dick joke, honestly.
I thought it was a penis.
That's
Anyway.
a penis.
Probably I would say around the 55-minute mark of your short break. Catching your breath after the battle. You hear a sound echo throughout Dammerhall. It kind of sounds like a distant boom, boom, boom.
Don't tell me it has another one of them.
And then you hear a whistling sound as then there's a crash as something impacts into the foundry, and then another, and then another, and then another.
It's time to go, guys.
Yeah, he's artillery striking your position.
Yep.
Do we have enough time to get the short rest?
Yeah,
Or was I
just at the very
interrupting?
end of it. It still took I said in the last 5 minutes, so you get
Okay.
the short rest.
All right, just making sure.
Run away!
What?
Mhm. So yeah, we're gonna start making a beeline towards the Nosferatu area. I would say once we get like halfway there, we should start trying to be stealthy about it.
Mhm.
So are we controlling the token?
As you got before you guys move, as you are running out, as the foundry itself is beginning to shake from the explosions, you see the spirit of Stregus Trinehammer waiting at the door, looking up as the cracks are forming in the foundry. She goes, "Hey, looks like grandson finally decided to bring this place down after all. I won't be able to talk to you once this place is gone. Get yourselves to safety. Promise me you'll finish this."
Is there anything we can do to stop it? Did you have another foundry?
No. He's just this one.
We're keeping your shit, old lady, as I flip her off and give her that stick out my tongue at her as we're running.
Really? And that's the way you wanted to play this?
What's she gonna do? Haunt me? I'm already haunted by all my choices anyway.
Oh, that's sweet.
Shaking my head.
He also is like, I'm pretty sure she'd be able to tell he's doing it playfully at this point because he's probably excited to be
Oh,
alive.
yeah. Now you're backtracking.
No, it's one of those things that he's probably on adrenaline from the fact that he survived that. I can't imagine anyone who isn't on adrenaline after fighting a 60-foot-tall behemoth and lived.
Just get the fuck out of here.
I feel pretty good. I don't have a scratch on me.
I look over at Thrum. You see this? I just got you a cannon, so shut up and let's move.
More cannons. I only got to shoot that one once.
What? You didn't
We
leave
still
it,
have
did you?
There we go.
You didn't
Right.
leave it, did you?
Did that just explode?
Yes.
It's currently in the process of being smashed to rocky bits by concentrated black fire mortar fire. You guys see over in this direction the flashing of explosions as many of those wheeled war machines seem to be rumbling to life on commands to annihilate the Golem Foundry.
Yep. Let's go.
We could stop them.
Yeah. Attack the army. Do it.
So let me know if I can. I just moved one step, but I wanted to make sure before I keep going.
Yeah, you can keep going. Go ahead.
Right here, I'd say once we start getting into the city, we should probably roll the group stealth check.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that group stealth check.
So we all roll stealth?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Hey, natural 20.
So far, so good.
Y'all hate on Thrum, but he's stealthier than all the other bitches. Except for
for me.
Fergus.
I
Test
think we
with
just need one
stealth.
from
Freya.
Freya, yeah.
Can we put Taskell in Freya's suit?
I think this is a group one, so we
It
all
is,
pass or we
yeah.
all fail kind of situation.
Yeah,
And so I think if I remember correctly, a natural 20 will count as 2 at least. So even if
yeah.
she-
So long as okay, yeah, you pass.
net neutral for her, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we make our way to the Nosferatu lair stealthily to get there. So
Did we mark it right there?
I believe so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Looks like there's some people working on the factory or something.
Yep. Looks like there's some zombies that are reconstructing the smelter you destroyed. You hear the sound of a great many armored boots moving through the city. However, your stealth check holds and they bypass you.
We are gonna
Could
get
we,
into that.
Could one of the Invis get a sight on that to see if it's just skeleton army or something new?
If it's heavy boots, it's probably the guards.
I don't remember the guards.
It's the black
turn
iron
himself
guards, the ones that have the
invisible.
armor as well.
Or the
Oh.
armored dwarven warriors that you fought to get into the foundry in the first place.
Actually, yeah, I wouldn't be able to go too far because I'm on a certain zone I gotta be within. So
Yeah. For now, let's not worry about that. Let's get to safety.
Yep.
Lick our wounds
Mm.
and plan for what we have to do next because we need to start moving upwards.
Mhm.
Well, we know where the pipes go up.
And we also know we saw a Citadel Fortress thing, but I don't think we're going to be getting through there. So yeah, we head into the zone to hide into the lair. And yeah,
Yep. Find it how you left it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Someone
Okay.
give me a survival check to attempt to cover your tracks.
I was just about to
be
ask
safe.
if we should do that.
Yeah.
Can I have
I'll-
Thrum help and
I'll
one of us
aid.
can roll?
I'll
What's
aid.
your-
I'll
I
aid
think-
you.
I think you have a higher wisdom, so.
Yeah, boy, you need to learn how to do this if you're going to be on your own when I fall. That's fucking terrible. You need to move that over there and that over there.
Are you able to use
Shit.
superiority die?
Can I use a luck?
I actually can for survival. Yeah,
Oh, go ahead. Give it that shot.
17. It's not terrible, but it's
Hey,
not the
better.
best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's not terrible, but it ain't pure. It ain't pretty.
We can also, even though we haven't disguised it very well, there also is the hidden room underneath in this layer too. So we can double precaution by shutting that door and staying on the inside of that.
I mean, I assume that's what you were using.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know there's the downstairs, and then we go into that barrel that's a secret room.
Can we get Freya's thing in there?
Yeah, you can. It was a pretty big thing.
Okay.
So as you guys are hiding in this dark room, you hear just the faint vibrations through the stone as a great many feet are moving past you around the building. What is the vibe of the party? I know for at least Nulgrim, he's been having a reoccurring nightmare of that robot murdering everyone, and you guys just destroyed it.
Mhm.
So how's everyone feeling? I feel like this is a good check-in.
Mm-hmm. Victorious, but it hurt.
Wary relief. Did definitely something significant, even though there's still a big fight ahead.
Now that the adrenaline is kind of running its course, where with Fergus, he's now at this point kind of concerned, now that he's on such high alert, though, how the fuck are we gonna navigate this military of his to get up to him and to deal with him? And then he's kind of starting to get into his depression spiral. He's like, oh god, what should we deal with him? How the fuck are we gonna deal with all these undead constantly swarming in here? How many of those fucking people do have that fucking black armor? Oh god, I need a drink. I don't have a drink.
So, anxiety?
Yes. He's begun to get severe anxiety after he's calmed down, which makes it worse.
Pretty proud of my craftsmanship. Took down that black iron Colossus, so I mean I think it speaks for itself.
We know who has a better mech.
Exactly.
So I don't know what your opinions are for this, but Fergus, I imagine Fergus would pass a note to Ivy to ask for the telecommunication thing, so they don't have to speak out loud as a precaution. So he's talking to him mentally. I feel like we should lay low for at least a day or two and see if we can maybe hope that his military moves on, so we can have more room to navigate this fortress area.
Did you tell
right-
us? Go ahead and finish.
That's all I was gonna say.
Did you tell us about those dreams that you had with Benjack
Yes.
in them?
I did
Yeah,
tell, and then I mentioned that he talked to us, and I don't think he could find me through there from what I kind of asked people and stuff, but I don't know for sure.
Maybe he'll contact you through another dream now, and we can.
I don't. That's what I'm not looking forward to.
Yeah, but maybe you can ask him questions that might lead us to his location.
Yeah, he seemed adverse to answering anything I asked last time, but I can try again. He might be more easy to taunt now and to reveal stuff now that his baby toy has been broken.
It's what you're good at, Fergus.
I'm really good at pushing buttons.
What was Taskell feeling?
Yeah, sorry, I interrupted that.
Yeah, like I said, Victoria's kind of still wary. I mean, that took a big chunk out of us.
I think Thrum was feeling rooted back in his old feelings of just fight for survival. All these manipulations by all these gods. No one told us we were coming into this fucking machine world. So now we're just scrounging for every inch.
Yeah, I don't think he would talk about it like right this second or anything. But one of the things going into Fergus's mind is also like, it's all well and good that there's always that mystique of the gods are sending. Basically, people can be like, "Oh, the gods sent you to save this place," but he's like, "This feels like a cop out." And what are they doing if they're not like even really aiding us much? Like, there hasn't really been any like divine notice of what's happening here. Like, are they even aware of what's happening? Is there some kind of obscuration of what's happening here?
Yeah, this is perfect for Thrum's actual characteristics that we chose way back in the day. One of his was, I put no trust in divine beings. Take care of your own destiny. God's only help when they are using you.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just goes down that path, all of his shit.
Yeah. I feel like that's how you can tell, like, at times like this where Fergus and Thrum would be related, because he's starting to feel exactly the same fucking way. It's like, can I tilt the Dwarven cross upside down and protest whenever we open a church? Because I want to.
Oh yeah, that'll have no political repercussions.
Not a single one, no. The king just casually disrespecting the gods.
If we turn it on its axis, just 90 degrees, and it makes this cross, if we put an anvil and a hammer.
Just Fergus sitting over there. You know what we should do? We should get in contact with Dwarf Satan. Maybe that guy's on to something. Taskell, Cold Sweat.
Yeah, maybe it's the other gods that are the assholes, and that one was actually trying to help us.
Taskell's like, which one was that? My elbow itches. Is that the one I already talked to? I don't fucking know.
As far as like, just so it'd be a scene that I would want to have, Fergus would probably actually go up to Ignis. She's probably not feeling the greatest after coming to the terms with the fact that she did die.
Internal injuries.
Yeah,
she's being a pretty good sport about it, but it's a rough shape. No denying it.
Does that Dwarven Stein just make healing potions for us, or can it work for them as well?
Yeah, like, it can work. It can work for anyone so long as the person tuned to it, Taskell, fills it.
Yeah, I would just ask him to fill it for like.
I used all 6 charges on the bridge.
I wasn't sure if it could just automatically create booze too, because he's basically just trying to offer her a drink. So
no, just only the magical booze.
Gotcha.
It can hold normal booze if you pour it into it. It's pretty fancy.
Wow, the magical cup doubles as a cup? Who thought?
What will they think of next?
Just make sure it's a quality ale, otherwise they'll just reject it outright.
Yeah, my cup just vomited on me.
I just tried pouring Natty Light in there, and it just dissolved in my hand. And I've never seen a cup get disappointed before, but there it is.
Well, I meant, like, is it only like a dwarven specific, or are they, since they're considered dwarves but just different, if it would actually still affect them or not? It's a godly item. We don't know.
Technically speaking, anyone can drink from it, but dwarves are the only one that don't gain a level of exhaustion and drunkenness.
Gotcha. So he would just go and offer her a drink of like water or something, because he doesn't have anything to offer her substantial. And just check on her, like, I assume you've been better.
Nah, just a. I've had worse drinking nights at the tavern. It's all good.
Yeah. And he would just offer a drink and be like, regardless of how much pain you're feeling, I want you to let you know that I'm glad you survived it, even though it was an after effect after not surviving it. I'm not good at really encouraging this. I'm just saying I'm glad you're still alive.
I'm too. Second time you saved my life. Don't be expecting double debts now. It's not how it works. Leans back against the wall for a moment. So, tell me, Fergus. Sunless Sea, Inter of Dammerhall, which is worse?
This is worse at the moment, but I still have an irrational hatred for the Sunless Sea, strictly because I've been on a real ocean, and that is a mockery of it.
She literally just laughs about that. Like, you're surrounded by machines that harvest dwarven souls and giant killer robots, and you're like, conditionally, this is worse.
Listen, I love the ocean, and that is a mockery of everything I love. Well, most of the things I love. My family can have it.
Just saying, if the option is to teleport me back on that fucking asshole dork ship,
I think I'll stay here.
fucking Captain Hellspit.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ride shotgun in your turret. We'll fucking wreck that place.
When we survive this, and if Nolgrim ever gets a body back, he'll owe you a back massage for all the trouble we put you through, though.
I'll hold you to that.
But yeah, he'd just check on her like that and make sure she's okay, and then kind of go back to listening in for making sure that no one's breaking in or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Other than sleeping, he'd probably be on watch duty a lot of this first stretch.
All right. Is there anything else people are doing, or do you want to go into the long rest?
Let's rest.
All right.
Sleep, deep sleep.
Go ahead and fill yourself up on that long rest.
Yep. Restore half your missing hit die.
Wasn't there a spell we could do to take all the fun from Gumbo's?
Lesser restoration. I also have a potion of that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, don't waste the potion, because I'm sure we're gonna rest twice, right?
I've got it prepared even. And
yeah, I want to delay low for at least a couple days, hopefully, to try to let some of the marching die down.
I mean, realistically, I like that idea. If you were in this situation, you wouldn't be like, "Hey, let's all go back out half fucked up and see what we can do."
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
So does that heal Ignis and Thrum?
Forget, does Lesser Restoration cost something, have material components in this one?
I do not believe so, no.
Yeah, not a lot has material components in 5th.
Yeah. Like, mostly it's just the reviving stuff, I think, that still has it, and there's a couple other things.
Mm.
So does that work, Gumbo?
Yeah, that'll work.
Does that work for Ignis too?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. Had 2 second levels left before the rest, so. Yeah.
But yeah, we rest.
Did we rest 2 days?
I think we're just resting the first night right now.
Yep.
Because we're probably going to take the next day if we want to do anything while we're waiting, or if something finds us or whatever.
Mm.
Gotcha. I'm gonna eliminate the STDs column.
You do that, pal.
Yes, that's totally what happens.
Hold on, 1 second.
All of your ex-wife STDs go away. all the ones you gave all your ex-wives, just gone.
I'm back.
Honestly, Lesser Restoration is one of those spells that if you could have in real life, that's one of like the number ones. Like, it would be worth bringing in.
Oh yeah. Though honestly, as helpful as it is, I chalk Lesser Restoration up to one of those what I call killjoy spells. When it's
I
like
know.
really interesting conditions, and you're just like level 2 spell. It's like, well, that's how the game is played. Okay. Like,
Well, you gotta have a cleric with you,
yeah, I know, but
and they're a killjoy in and of themselves.
They made Lesser Restoration available to so many classes, though. Artificer, Bard, Cleric, Druid, Paladin, even Ranger gets it.
so after your long rest, it's next day. It's only been 9 days inside of Dammerhall, by the way.
By the way, do I have any suspicious dreams during the night?
You do not.
Oh
wakes
yeah,
up
can I detect for dwarves or elves around us within a 5 radius?
Other than just you guys, nothing.
Okay.
You do still hear the vibration through the floor as stuff moves around the city around you. Some more steady vibrations of something large and heavy rolling by. What are you guys doing for this day?
I have something I want to do, but I'll go ahead and go last because mine might take a little bit longer.
Do you want me to pop
Well-
out invisible and do a quick
You can
circuit
pop
of
out
the building?
invisible. Yeah,
We're staying
Over.
planted this day, right?
we're gonna stay here for the day,
Possibly.
Okay.
hopefully.
Yeah. So yeah, Nolgrim will go invisible and just kind of do a quick perimeter check of just see what it's looking like out there.
Give me a perception or an investigation.
I suppose the question is, with heavily forces mobilized, if it drew anything away from the stair guard.
Well, he can only go so far because he's tied to me.
Yeah.
So
All right.
it's mostly just gonna look out at the outside.
You look around, and there's definitely a lot of armored dwarves. You don't see a ton of the Dammer Guard, the ones with the black iron armor. These are just normal plate mail armored undead dwarves.
Are they the ones we've seen before, or are they more heavily armored?
No, they're like the ones that were on the bridge of the Foundry. You remember those ones?
It's like
Yeah.
the B class.
Not the Dammer Guard, which are the Royal Guard with the
Right.
with the crazy armor. These ones just have high AC, not
Okay.
any sort of thresholds. But it looks like they're going house by house.
Okay. Doesn't look like they're going to be making their way to this building anytime soon.
Not at the moment.
Okay. Well, Nolgrim will go back in and report what he found, and
Let's go out there and see if we can tidy up our tracks a little bit more.
Yeah, Nolgrim, do you want to stay up top while you're invisible and keep an eye out while we're doing this so they don't sneak up on us?
I could do that.
This time, let me show you how a pro does it.
Okay, I'll assist you, I guess.
All right, so you're leaving your little hidey hole?
Yep.
When you open up the secret door into the tavern, there is a single figure that is Bendrak just standing there, watching where you guys are coming out.
Well, shit. We're gonna need a bigger boat.
So,
Nice.
Hello,
the
Bendrak.
ancestors survived, huh?
Oh yeah, and we got rid of that little tin can you called the, what was it? The dark metal Colossus, the black metal Colossus.
I thought he was calling it overcompensation.
You know what? I think you're right. I think that was right, Fergus.
Are you done, or do you have any more childish insults you wish to sling my way? By all means, get it out of your system.
You have a small penis.
I think I told you before when you spied on my dreams that you're gonna die alone, you're gonna be alone, you are alone. Let me see. You're a pea brain. Okay, I'm done.
Do you
We
believe?
found your gauntlet earlier. You have very small hands.
Okay, go ahead, Gumbo.
Sorry.
Do you believe I enjoy this? Do you believe
Enough
I
to
would
keep
do
doing it.
all this if I did not think it was absolutely necessary?
Enlighten us. What is so necessary about doing all of this? You seem to keep it close to the chest, but you never tell anybody, so clearly no one can ever understand. And can I roll like a persuasion to see if I can get him
Sure.
to get a little loose-lipped?
Mm-hmm.
19.
Tell me, usurper, how many threats do you know exist out there that could potentially wipe kingdoms off the face of the world? How many?
It's hard to list them, but I know of a few.
One less now.
All right. Say you do defeat me. You take my throne. You reclaim Dammerhall and restore it to all the old ways, where you do nothing but bend your knees and kiss the feet of the dead ancestors that already came before, while praying to gods who care more about vanity than actually helping you out.
I'm not going to do either of those
fair.
things, but continue.
What are you going to do when a mountain falls from the sky? Because the cloud giants that dwell up in the storms get tired of the racket you're making and decide just to flatten you.
I don't know. What are we going to do with one of our own deciding to turn us all into undead because he feels like it on a whim that thinks it's going to be a smarter idea than figuring out a different way?
Booyah!
We deal with it.
You deal with it. Clever. And what do you do when your population is infiltrated by an army of carnivorous shapeshifters? Or perhaps many-tentacled horrors from deep in the earth that can mind control your most trusted allies? Or a dragon that burrows through the side of a mountain? You deal with it? Everyone can deal with it. But that's the difference between ruling a nation and being a band of plucky adventurers.
Not gonna lie, I don't see a nation here.
Yeah.
Once.
If everything's dead, it is no longer a nation. It is a morgue.
He rolls his eyes. Do you think I'm going to kill everyone in the world?
Yes, you've clearly made no qualms about killing whatever you need to.
Only what is necessary. You
For what, the
see
dwarves?
you see momentary discomfort, and you think this is eternity. That is the perspective of a child.
Okay, fine.
It's a
Remind me,
little
are you...
just out of character. Come on, just let me give me a
my
second
fault,
here,
my
Richard.
fault, my fault. I thought we were doing back and forth. My bad.
No. I need to get a little momentum going. Otherwise, it's like every sentence.
No, I'll be
penis.
quiet. No, I wasn't doing that, but okay, my bad.
Yeah. You have the perspective of a child. You're unwilling to endure a little pain up front for an eternity of bliss. You would rather have passive discomfort because to do the hard thing is difficult. And it's not pretty and it's not fun. I am going to create a new world order where no one has to worry about threats. No one has to worry about the dangers that would come knocking on a door at their time, because we will end them. No more petty human greed, no more drow schemes, no more encroachment of giants or vanity of dragons. There will be peace will not be a question. It will be compulsory. And if you cannot see the wisdom in making sacrifices now for an eternity of heaven on this world, then you are the exact kind of threat I need to put down.
Sounds like you're implying The threat is free will. Sounds like words of a tyrant through and through.
Yeah, well, that makes you objectively worse than every other threat you've just described. You want to make the dwarves this like protected species, but you're in the process going to kill everything that can, aid this world in survival, even if the worst were to happen.
Who do you think's going to follow you at this point? Or is it just at the point of a spear?
How do you think kingdoms were founded, lad? Did everyone just gather around and held hands and decided to put someone on the throne? Nations are founded upon blood and iron. I'm just not pretending otherwise.
For the promise of protection, but how is it going to promise protection if you can kill them at a whim? That is a threat. That is not a promise of protection.
It is peace.
Subjugation, maybe.
A semantic term for the small-minded. You feel
Can anyone dispel him? I'm tired of talking to him.
It doesn't matter. I was just spending a few moments for the artillery to get their sights locked into your little hidey hole. This will be over soon. My factories will resume production as normal. The loss of the Umberite Colossus is worth grieving. I will not deny you that. But the entirety of my army did not ride upon the functionality of a single construct. But I should thank you. You alerted me to a threat that was underneath my notice. The ghosts of my ancestors, my father, my grandfather, and my grandmother, they still linger on here within Dammerhall. I will pull apart every sacred site, brick by brick, until I find their remains, and they will be put to task like the rest.
Yep, pure tyrant at this point.
Then why don't we speed up the process?
Yeah, Fergus is already starting to move while you guys are still talking to him.
Tell us where you are. At this point, we've defeated the strongest thing that you can throw at us. Either you're going to kill us, or we're going to continue to systematically destroy your creations until you come out of hiding. I don't see why we need to continue this on any longer than it needs to be.
Freya, give me a persuasion.
Okay.
Come on, Nat 20. Yeah, not terrible.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good for Freya.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's
Fine.
have Fergus make chicken nuts as Adam.
Fine. If you're able to survive the next 10 minutes or so, come find me in my factory. Next floor up. And we'll settle this personally. And with that, his illusion-y form vanishes.
Time to go.
Right as the ceiling explodes inward from artillery, and that is where we will end the session.
Running away. Like we
Sorry,
got
I didn't mean to interrupt you with all that stuff, Richard.
No, you're fine. I was interrupting you too. It happens.
We were getting
There
sassy.
is-
Definitely.
I feel like there's a
deserved
point
time.
in which the DM needs to say monologue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And we shut up and you get out what you need to get out.
because
I
he is the bad guy, but
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I lost my train of thought on it, but he was going to point out the fact that he seems to be like talking about how he's going to, keep peace, but he seems to be only wanting to keep peace for dwarves. But there's a lot of other things that don't deserve to just be wiped off the map because they might be a threat.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of apply that afterwards anyway. So
Peace
Oh, yeah.
for dwarves by destroying their ways and their ancestors and using their dead ancestors as
so
fuel.
basically turning them into something that aren't completely dwarves.
Yeah, it's bad.